beyond the splattered grave.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Splattered Graves. Yes, after another unintentional, longer hiatus, festival season, all the craziness, we are back. But you know, we had to come back with a guest. And because we're so close to the Halloween season, this was totally not a coincidence. We totally lined this up, planned. Evan did. He's a good guy. We have the great Chris from 3C Films on here with us. What is going on?
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate the invite. Like I said, I got it from Evan, but it's always cool to meet other people within the horror community. It's one of my favorite communities within all the spaces. I try to talk about a lot on my channel, but horror is always going to be my favorite community.
Can I point out before we start, we had Cole Edits in chat right now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
The people behind the Halloween fan film we'll be talking about are actually in chat, which is super cool. I had no idea they were joining. What's up, guys?
I did not either. That's really
I literally
great.
finished it like 10 minutes ago, so I'm forward to this.
I am 2 nights removed. I ended up watching this thing like pretty much. I was kind of like, and no offense, I was very cinematic, but like when I'm watching YouTube videos, fan films, I tend to do like my chores around the house because I like to just like carry my phone like a sociopath and stop, set it up against something, sweep a little bit, watch. It's completely unproductive, but I did end up stopping and just kind of like chilling out and watching the movie. And then I watched part of it on my phone and then I put the rest of it on the TV just because I wanted to see how it would hold up. And I got to say, it was pretty impressive. I mean, the cinematography is, I can't wait to get into it.
I watched the whole thing on my TV. I'm a bigger fan.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
My home theater.
But I'm glad to see a lot of people trickling in here from Sunday Scaries. Obviously, we got Gannon in here, Stephanie, Erica, Penelope, all viewers, of course, of Beyond the Splattered Graves. Brandon's here. What's going on, guys? Yeah, I'm really excited just because not only do we have this, but again, like I alluded to in the intro, we're really just right around the corner from Halloween, guys. Like, it's going to be here before you know it. Does anybody have any big plans they want to get into of like what they have like going on, whether you're doing a marathon or whatever? Because like this weekend, I have to do trick or treating with my son, and the whole family's going to see Shelby Oaks afterwards. So like it's already pretty stacked for me, but I want to hear what you guys got going on.
Start with Chris. I guess he's the guest.
Yeah, let's start with you. All right. I promised my channel I'd finally review some of those Mickey Mouse horror movies, so I'm gonna unfortunately binge a couple of those.
Wait, what do you mean by Mickey Mouse?
Fangoria Chainsaws.
Oh, there's countless Mickey Mouse horror movies they've made now, or I guess Steamboat Willie, I guess is what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I thought you were talking about like the something wicked this way comes or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, like Steamboat Willie, I Heart Willie. There's Mickey Mouse Murder House or something.
Steamboat Massacre.
There's like 7, I think.
Yeah, there's like too many.
We were really trying to keep up with that. My co-host and I, Luke, we're trying to keep up with that on the channel, but like the amount just like quadrupled from like 2023 to 2024, and it's just not going to stop. So, but seriously, I feel like it was a thing, but then like when Steamboat Willie popped in there, everybody just came out of the woodwork with one. Like it was crazy how fast that's happening.
Yeah, I know.
How about you guys?
We'll go around.
Alex.
Oh, you want me to go? Oh, I'm still trying to finish up Nightmare on Elm Street just for my own. Probably do a ranking. But because it's been a while since I've watched it, I've literally been doing I did the podcast for like 8 years or something like that. And then it's like, I was literally talking about it every year. Oh, this Halloween I'm going to do, Friday Nightmare on Elm Street, and I never did. And now the 4Ks came out, so it's like, well,
oh yeah.
So I'm going to try to do that. Plus, I've got like a back catalog of like everything else. So it's like, at this point, I feel like I'm a workhorse for watching movies. You know what I mean? It's like there is no pleasure, only pain.
That way sometimes. I feel you. So did you buy that? Did you get the
I just got the
whole
$100 one. I didn't get the
Okay.
nice one. I wanted it, but I was like, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I was really upset about it.
No,
Yeah, they should have made a lot more of those. It's crazy how
Okay.
hard that was to get for
It went so
everybody.
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I did not jump immediately because like I just wasn't financially ready to do that, and then also like I'm really holding out hope for a Shout Factory release, just because it would look really nice next to the Friday the 13th
Mm.
one. But at the same time, I don't know because like they apparently aren't making any more whatsoever. Like that's the last run they're doing for probably until another company picks it up. But it's like, dude, that's crazy to me that it would be so limited like that after being so sought after.
The Friday the 13th one is out of print now.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But there'll be a 4K one soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Especially with this new thing that they're doing, they're going to be coming out with something
Oh, yeah.
real soon. You know what I mean?
Jason Universe box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that'll be
Sweet
fun.
Revenge in 4K.
Yeah,
There'll
I
be
don't
a
know.
Lego
I mean,
Jason movie or something.
since we are talking about another fan film real quick, I don't think we ever talked about Sweet Revenge. We never really had a second to touch base on how everybody feels
I
on
did a
that.
video on it. I don't remember if we.
I did with Frank.
Gotcha. It was so
Frank's Media.
what was the just going around, we'll start with Evan this time. What's the kind of hot and cold, how you feeling about Sweet Revenge?
I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It just felt weird to wait that long for a Friday the 13th thing and then get the first like 5 kills be off screen. Have like, and no, this is no hate against them. They didn't have a ton to work with here, but to have Jason be like a scrawny guy who's not intimidating at all, and then do like a weird.
Pump the brakes a little, buddy.
I would be more gentle if it was like actually like a fan film. I wouldn't be as, but this is like official, you know.
Right.
Um,
Well, I mean,
it was weird to me to have like a plot point of having her be like the main character be like supernatural, and they had this whole like biblical thing with him like eating from the forbidden fruit and then transforming into them. Like, can we just get a Jason thing? It's been so long. I just want Jason, man. But
Yeah, Alex, what were your thoughts? You have any fun with it at all?
I didn't love it. I was just like, cool kills. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a bad tone. It's okay. I wasn't expecting much though. Like, I think a lot of people really went in like, oh, this is it, man. This is the one. I'm going to name my child after this kid in the movie, and that was not me. I was just like, you know what? It's going to be because of how they rushed things out and just kind of laid it out like that. I knew not to get my hopes up, and I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it. I think I gave it like a 6 or 6.5.
okay.
Like, I was just like, a little underwhelming, a little confusing as to what the hell happened in the whole story. But I kind of liked what they did a little bit, and I liked the end kills, and I thought that the vibe was decent. The mask didn't bother me. I was like, I don't know. I couldn't see it that much, so it just didn't really matter. So
Okay. No, that's fair. I mean, I think that it's pretty shared sentiment across the board. Chris, did you your thoughts?
Yeah, I watched it. I've just been so critical of the way they've been handling the Jason Universe thing, because at first it sounded promising and exciting that we would be getting, like movie, games, and all this stuff. But it seems more like they've been treating Jason like he's the Monopoly Man or the Peanut. He's been treated more like a mascot, like a merchandise commodity. And I know it's all for legal reasons. The whole purpose is so that, they can finally get compensation for the years they lost out on. And that was the whole point of the lawsuit. But it is still weird. Like, okay, here's a little short film and it's by this beer company and all that. As far as like putting the merchandising side thing from the short film, I kind of like the supernatural elements they were throwing in there. I do agree, too skinny and small of a Jason. The mask in some moments looks all right. In other moments, I'm like, that's just not working for me. So I'm just curious how it translates into a movie, because it really seems like they're dead set on this is what Jason looks like. And I just wonder how much creativity that takes away now when they have to make a movie, because it's like, well, this is what you have to make your Jason look exactly like this and go off there. Like, what director's going to be that happy that
It's a weird decision.
Yeah,
it is odd.
How he looks.
Especially because like I agree with you completely on that. Like, that decision to me is just, I get maybe if you want like it to be symmetrical across all the brands and stuff, so that way like all your merchandise represents that, but like that is not the kind of headspace that we need the Friday the 13th franchise
Yeah.
to be with right now. Like, it's a very lucrative franchise. Yes, merchandise is crazy. We all buy it. Like, look at our backgrounds. But like,
yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, to me, dude,
It doesn't come across as fan first. It
Yeah,
comes across.
I bought the Funko Pop.
yeah,
Nice.
see,
Oh, look at
like,
it.
and I've even looked at it and considered it. I'm like, dude, just
got a
because
microphone
I
in it.
love it, you know? Oh yeah, right. But yeah, I
They're
think
listening.
like it's just interesting to me to like see this and then also see like what we're going to be talking about here with Halloween Aftermath, how it's like two very different perspectives. I think two completely different motivations and like the acceptance from fans.
Vibe as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And I do want to ask Chris, because I think did you get to see Silent Night, Deadly Night at Fantastic Fest?
No, that wasn't one of the ones I got to see, but I'm excited for it. I hear good things about it. I hear it's fun.
I was
like
gonna
Mickey
say,
Nelson.
because like I don't want to use Sweet Revenge as like my litmus test if I want to see him take on a Friday the 13th, because I loved Wrong Turn.
Mhm.
I know I'm in like kind of the minority there, but like
the new one that they did, the like
yeah.
reboot or I
Yeah.
actually liked it too. I like the hillbilly stuff, but the new
Mhm.
take, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
we can
The
have
end was
both.
really
That
cool.
Was
The
my
end
whole
was
thing.
a really cool
Yeah.
twist. I love that. That's
Yeah.
what
I did like that one.
Yeah, but I'm using Silent Night, Deadly Night as kind of my deciding factor, I think, because that's going to be classic slasher, holiday horror. You know, like if he can hit that tone, which it sounds like he did, then I think I'd be okay with him tackling Jason, especially if he could flush out his ideas. So,
Mhm.
you
Well,
know,
the thing
but
with Sweet Revenge, like it felt like to me like a concept for a feature,
Right.
Where like you kind of had all of the beats of a feature film, but stuffed into 15 minutes. So it's like, yeah, I can tell that he like has an idea. Like, there's no way Mike P. Nelson doesn't have like a feature film.
yeah, I
Mind
mean,
for
you get
this.
hired on. I feel like anybody who likes this stuff is,
Yep.
you're gonna think of something,
Yep.
even
I
if they
feel
don't
like-
accept it.
I feel like the Silent Night reboot or whatever is probably was like the first thing, and then the Jason thing
Probably,
came
yeah.
afterwards.
Oh,
I mean, that's just the
absolutely,
vibe I get. I don't know,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like the last little comparison piece, and then I guess we can just hop right into Halloween.
Yeah.
Is I love how this movie, because wasn't this 13 minutes 13 seconds or something also, or was like 13, it had to be within 13
Was
Yeah, it
minutes.
was like
Revenge?
13 minutes or something. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's the other thing that I kind of bugged me, where it's just like, why did we have to fit it in 13 minutes? Like, this should have been a half hour, because it did
Yeah.
feel like we're kind of, it almost felt like they had written a short and then they were like, yeah, but you got to do it in 13 minutes. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to cut this short down, because that's really was my big issue, was the pace for that one. But now we have one that's like, we're all gas, no brakes here.
On the other side of the
We're
spectrum.
we're going full blown like epic
Andrew
feature
Callahan.
length, man.
Just
Like
kidding.
this was certainly something. So I guess initial thoughts, starting with you, Evan. You're being our David Gordon Green Halloween expert connoisseur here. No hate. I'm just saying, you know, like, you love the movies.
we've deconvinced him though, or whatever, you know, sort of stepped
not
him down
true.
a little bit.
That's not true. I did that myself. No, I do love. So I guess for anyone who's watching who has not somehow heard my thoughts on the trilogy, I'm a big fan of David Gordon Green's trilogy. It's not perfect, but it is my preferred timeline in the Halloween franchise. I really enjoy those movies. I'm also in the minority that, like, generally speaking, 2018 is the lowest in my ranking of the three movies. But yeah, I'm a fan of them, and so I mean, one of the big things that you will absolutely feel watching Halloween Aftermath, especially if you're like very nerdy and familiar with the Halloween franchise, and especially this trilogy, is the amount of fanfare that's going on through like almost every second, especially I would say through the first half, is really cool to see, and they handle it in a way that's not like forced. Like, it doesn't feel like they're going like, here's a reference, do you get the they're like, it's just something that's there, and if you know it, you know it, and that's it. You can tell that this was made by people who like really truly do love and care about this franchise and horror in general, because it's not just the Halloween franchise that's getting a lot of love here. You have They Live, and you have Rob Zombie films.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's
there's all
Jason not in there.
yeah, there's all sorts of,
that?
and there was a, this is just a random thought. There's a really cool nod where I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but they're referencing a time where Danny Trejo died in a movie. and they play that right
Oh, right, at the
alongside a
scene,
scene
yeah.
of him in a movie, where a movie with Danny
Mhm.
Trejo is playing in the background while they're recreating a death scene of Danny Trejo, which I thought was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
no, I enjoyed this. It wasn't perfect, but like if we're talking fan film, the amount of work that went into making this is like unfathomable. Like this, we're not talking about, you know, a 20-minute fan film. We're talking full feature length production with like everything you would expect to see out of something that had a lot more money going into. And they're not making money off of this. They can't make money off of this. So this
Yeah.
is like the definition of a passion project, and you can feel that. And I'm sure we'll get more into the weeds on it, but like overall, as a massive Halloween fan, this was just super cool to see people care this much about it and put as much work in as this would take, especially as an independent production with no expectation of a return. It's crazy.
Yeah, certainly. Alex, your thoughts
What
real
a-
quick?
Well, you know, just on a technical scale, first off, you know, just what he was kind of mentioning, to kind of pivot off of that. I did notice that the lighting and everything and like the way it looked felt less like a fan film. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
which made me happy, you know. I know there's limitations, especially when it comes to acting and stuff like that. I felt a little bit like it was a little too long in the tooth. I'm a little bit more of a brutalist when it comes to Michael. When I like the Halloween, you know, the Rob Zombie films, and I'm not saying that they're perfect by any means, but I do. I like that it was a little bit more nuanced, but I was a little distracted by a lot of the relationships and stuff like that. That's just a personal gripe, you know. But it was brutal, and I thought there was some pretty good kill scenes in there. I did notice a lot of the nods, although I had to go back a couple of times because I was like, wait, did I just, you know, like the Danny Trejo one, I was like, oh, okay, I get that. And then the Jason Mask one, there's a couple other things that they put in there that I really enjoyed. And I thought that was really cool fan stuff that you could put in there. But yeah, I was actually taken back by how well it was done. Again, a little long for me, but I'm a brutal guy. I kind of like to get in and get out. But I definitely think it was a pretty good production, and I could see, I liked the fan service to it too. So yeah.
Absolutely. And Chris, your thoughts?
No, so I'll be honest. I'm someone who like rarely gets into fan films. Not to discredit the work they do and whatnot. I guess I've always like looked at them like my brain is so fixated on canon and official work that like although I see fan films cool, and I also kind of prefer maybe like the 5-minute, 10-minute things where it's like, oh, just to see someone's quick idea, vision, what could be, and then move on. But you know, there's still an appreciation for them, especially like the Never Hike people. It's like cool how far they can go and really oozes the passion of a character that they feel, and this is for sure one of them. I mean, even with the length itself, you don't see fan films usually that long, and with the production value for a fan film, I always thought like I was like, wow, they captured like a lot of the lighting cues from the Blumhouse trilogy pretty well.
Very much, yeah.
I think the things that most impressed me about the fan film though is it really highlighted the untapped potential of the Blumhouse trilogy, because I am with Evan. I don't hate on it. I know it's got its issues and people really go harsh on it, but when you look at all the timelines, all the Halloween films, I think this is still the most solid one that we have gotten. I think that like, I mean, even looking at where things end up with Resurrection, because my second favorite timeline, or possibly my favorite one, is like Halloween 2 and then H2O, but then that leads into Resurrection. Like that timeline is probably my preferred. But then other people like, you know, the Jamie Lloyd story and where that ends up going with the cult. It was cool to see them touch upon things that even Blumhouse didn't get to because they limited it to 3 movies, and little cracks that they were able to explore more. Like that to me, I thought was what really made it worth it and cool, and kind of not seamlessly, but still make it fit in a way where it's like, oh, I could kind of see this being canon with the movie.
Absolutely.
Can I add something? Is it spoiler to say where it fits into the trilogy?
No, they
It's in the
Okay.
it's up front.
So it's
Yeah.
I know it's at the beginning, kind of, but I just didn't want to like, you know, that was one thing I was kind of curious about. When I saw that, I was like, okay, is this somebody that didn't like the ends, and then by the end of the movie I realized, oh, okay, the continuation.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to like retcon it or something like that, like I thought.
That's what I also like too, because sometimes fan films are made out of spite.
Yeah.
They're made in.
This
They're
didn't
like,
feel like that.
oh, thanks. Sorry, my headphones turned off.
You're good.
But they're made in a way where like it feels like the person making them is like they don't know what they're doing. Let me show you how it's really made, and it can just also sometimes just come off in poor taste. And like I know there was I know we're talking hard, but there was a Spider-Man movie fan film called Spider-Man Lotus that had its own other issues and controversies, but it was definitely a fan film made out of spite because they really didn't like what the MCU was doing with Spider-Man. And that just always gives it like a bad taste to me when it feels like it's made to be like, I can do it better than you guys can,
Yeah, there's no when you're going into it like that, I feel like you kind of lose the humble nature that kind of comes along with making a fan film. Because like Evan said, you're not getting paid for it. You're not doing anything. Like you're putting money into a project that is going to and has to be like free to the public. And if you want it to even like get recognized, it is really just a love letter. And when you're doing it out of spite, I feel like it corrupts that message a little bit. And that's, again, I think a broader curse that I've seen happen with a lot of fan films, especially in the superhero genre, which is kind of wild. So it seems to be a lot of that. But overall, I really enjoyed it. As somebody who was critical of the David Gordon Green trilogy, Kills certainly my favorite. I had a lot of fun with that.
Same.
I still really do enjoy it. I think I might not watch it this year, but the last 2 Halloweens I've watched it. And, it's like, it's just one of those things. I appreciate the effort and somebody going through and doing it, just like you guys said, and actually taking the time to fill in some of the cracks. The only real big piece of like criticism I could give this movie is you should watch it on 1.5 speed, because there are some dialogue scenes, a lot of dialogue scenes. And I get it. It's a fan film. You're throwing your heart out there. You're doing your script and everything. 100% support that, understand it. But like, sometimes we just got to get to the point. Like there's a lot of time I feel like that's just wasted scene to scene from people just kind of dancing around the conversation. And then they finally have it. And then we just move on. I'm just like, we could have cut this down to probably a solid 2 hours, and I think that it would have flowed a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the pacing is one of my 2 issues with the movie, really, and that's where I felt that the movie, like at times, like even though I was really enjoying it, there were points where even I'm someone who loves like slow, long movies, but there were points where I was like, all right, let's get moving on. Let's get to the next thing where we've been here for a while. But I feel like because they tend to spend so long in certain scenes, when they kind of divert from the main plot, you wind up with these side characters for like long stretches of time. So then when you get back to the main plot, you're kind of like, I feel like I was here an hour ago. Like this, I'm trying to like remember what was going on here. But then, outside of the pacing, I would think my only other issue with this was that I was hoping, because even as a fan of the David Gordon Green trilogy, that gap between kills and ends is so janky, and the novelization of Halloween Ends is such a good job of like filling in some of those blanks. And obviously they can't do a lot of that because they don't have Jamie Lee Curtis to show that progression. But there was so much I feel like they could have done to try and help bridge that gap a little bit more. Whereas this kind of wound up feeling like it could have just been its own standalone thing. Like this isn't something where I think people are going to be like, I've needed a gap between kills and ends, and now I can watch this between them, and that will smooth it out. Because I don't think it will, and I feel like that's kind of a missed opportunity. But what we got was still really cool, and I wanted to get my criticisms out of the way so we can just get to the cool, fun stuff. But those were my main issues. Was just it had to do with the pacing, and then just I feel like it could have been cool if this was something that was used to smooth that transition out.
Are we going to get into spoilers on this, by the way?
I think probably
Later?
avoid it, just because like I think a lot of people are still discovering it. But like
there was a big gripe I had towards the end that
maybe
made no
we can
sense to me.
reserve something towards the end if you want to get a couple minutes. But I know there's a few people who've already mentioned they haven't had time to finish it or watch it in the chat. But like, yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely some things there. I mean, Alex, Chris, any big gripes or criticisms?
To me, yeah, like I agree with Evan. It was the pacing of it. A lot of dialogue scenes that didn't feel all that necessary, and I think it just came down to them really wanting to like as closely make a real movie. You know, 'cause like I was saying, sometimes 20, 30 minutes, like, oh, it's a fun little fan film. But I think they wanted to really like be like, no, you could add this to your rotation with the trilogy and whatnot, which is cool. But I do think there was some stuff that could be cut down.
And it also could have to do with the fact that we already have two movies that this takes precedent. It's like we know all those characters, so we knew nothing about some of these, and it's like they wanted to try to fill in the gaps a little bit with that, so it might have gone a little heavy handed, especially when you're doing like back lore and all that stuff. So I could see but yeah, there was like two big moments in the movie where I was like, okay, whoa, this is heavy.
One of the things that I wanted to highlight, though, like just as a real big compliment, I really liked, and I hate to say this, the bully character, the main bully who, obviously he gets what's coming to him, but he's I don't know why. I just thought he was very intimidating. He really felt like he fit the David Gordon Green universe really well. I actually thought he was more intimidating than the bullies from Halloween
He
Ends.
beat the shit out of those marching band kids.
Dude, right? I'm like,
hold on, how far? Because is it a spoiler to say what his name is?
No, we can say his name. Obviously, I think that'd be fine because I want to highlight the actor. I was just forgot about myself.
I believe it was his first name is Lachlan, but it's Tramer. He's Ben
yes.
Go figure, right?
So funny that's a character they never is just what I meant. Like Ben Tramer, out of all the legacy and people they bring back somehow, funny that was one that was like unscathed or untouched.
I still think it's such a missed opportunity that they didn't cast Nick Castle as Ben Tramer in Ends. They had him for a cameo. They could have done it. That's so cool.
Do you know who the bully reminded me of, by the way?
Who?
Have you ever seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yes.
That bully in that movie when they go to the cornfield.
He was just
weapons. Is that the same guy?
From Tires. That's who I kept seeing when I was looking at him.
Nice.
Steve Gervin. But yeah, Austin Abrams was just in Weapons as well.
Yeah, that's and he's going to be in Resident Evil. But yeah, he does really look like Austin Abrams. I'm looking at him right now. But yeah, I thought he did an excellent job. He was definitely, I think, the standout for me in the cast when it comes to just like pure performance. I really bought his character, and just like I like that he was a dick to everybody. So it was just kind of like, geez, are we going to follow into this like plot line where he's actually the killer? Because they're kind of setting that whole thing up a little bit.
Yeah. I was getting worried about that, to be honest. I didn't want to. I was like, oh man, please.
I felt like
just confused about why anyone would hang around with him.
Right?
That was my one thing. I was like, we never see this guy not be an asshole for a second.
I like how his best friend's like in the car, and he's just like, no, it's cool, man.
Yeah, but not even his friend likes him. He's like telling the guy.
Well, he says that real dick thing to the girl, his girlfriend or whatever. At that one. But I don't want to like spoil it. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and like I really like the. Yeah, I just saw that here. Let's see.
Oh, there you
go. Perfect.
Oh,
holy shit!
Intentional.
That's cool. How crazy, dude!
Well done, Alex. And I just watched Scary Stories.
It hit like just like that immediately. As soon as I saw him, I was like, that's got to be that guy.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah, but I think like he was certainly the actor that I was like oddly like it's very rare for me to like really enjoy a performance, especially when someone's just that unlikable. But like I was just really vibing with it. I was just like, damn, I buy into this guy. I'm excited to see what his comeuppance is. Like it was really played well, and I honestly thought his whole demise and everything was cool. So I was fine with that.
Yeah, he had a funny line at one point in the kitchen where he's
that's I know what you're talking about.
Who the fuck does that? I don't want to say what it is because it'll. I just want to leave the scene, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Did we have any like moments that you guys wanted to like call out or anything that were like standout sequences for you? Any of you?
Performance wise,
even just like anything. Like I think there's a lot to love here, so I don't want.
What did you think about the fights between Michael and other people, like the pushback? Because that's like a big deal, I think, too, in the movies. So I was curious. I mean, I didn't mind some of it. Some of it towards the end got a little spicy.
Yeah, personally speaking, Michael felt a little too much like a brawler to me. Where like I didn't really get that. But again, we are talking something that's in the universe of the David Gordon Green trilogy, where Michael was less of this like stalking ghost in the background and was more of a fighter, where like we saw that in Kills, where he got pretty hefty. But
Except
yeah,
in
no,
the
I mean,
sewer.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, and being in the fight, because like you would think early Kills Michael would pretty much take down anybody pretty quickly,
Mhm.
but being that this
Not
is in
there
between Kills and Ends, when he's like going into his hobo phase where he's much weaker and damped, it worked and was more believable in having some of those brawls.
Sure.
Yeah, and one thing I haven't seen people, speaking of like the hobo phase thing, that was a lot of people are saying that's a call out to Halloween 2. But I thought that the costume with the axe was a call out to, I think it was a guy I used to watch when I was a kid on here on YouTube. Maybe some of you have, but his name was One's Customs. And I'm still subscribed to him. So every once in a while I'll see a video from him, but he does custom horror action figures that are like 12-inch scale.
I remember what you're talking
Okay.
And there was a photo that went around that was supposedly
I think I
remember
know
that.
who you're talking about. I
Yeah.
do remember this.
it was
He was
like, yeah,
oh,
it
this
was
is what he looks like in
It
Ends.
was it was a
Exactly.
diorama and and
Yes.
he looked like hobo.
I
It honestly looked
definitely-
like Rob Zombie's Michael.
Yeah, I definitely took that as a reference to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah,
I mean, the hood and the axe, it's like,
it very well
Yeah.
could be that. I just thought, I don't know why, just like something like that. I was like, damn, I wonder if they're paying homage to that as well. Cause like, I just remember seeing that as like a huge, everybody was freaking out about that. Cause you had people who were like, oh, this is like what we've been wanting. It's so different. It's so crazy. It's going back to, you know, all the Rob Zombie stuff. And then you had people who were just like, this is god awful. Please don't do this. You've already ruined everything. Like, it's just how the internet is. But I thought it was that. But overall, I didn't mind Michael's look. The only thing I wanted to know too, I feel like, is that the like official mask?
I'm
It looked-
assuming that it's one of the Trick or Treat studios.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
that
thinking
looks like
too, because it did look like that. And I feel like that's the only thing I kind of wish they did a little bit more of to kind of sell that to me. Was I wanted to see Michael more in the shadows. There was a couple of scenes that were really great.
Yeah.
Like honestly, towards the later half of the film, you see him briefly in a cornfield. That's all I'll say. And I really liked that. I thought like you saw half his face. I thought that was really cool. It felt like the spooky kind of in the shadows Michael that I like, but obviously that wasn't what the movies were entirely. So
I also need to point out how much and I know they're in chat, so I want them to know how much I appreciated this. The fact that they went to the effort to have his eye be white and damaged, I was like, dude, not even official sequels respected that.
Yeah.
Halloween, like if you watch Halloween 1 and 2 back to back, at the end of Halloween 2, his eyes are fine. And so like this, you know, fan film was showing like a level of care.
Detail. Yep.
Yeah, I love that kind. Like I was looking the whole, like as soon as we saw Michael, I'm like, all right, let me see the eye. Is it right? And it was, and that was really cool to see.
hell yeah. No, I really dug that. And then like I think like overall, I felt like you kind of said this in your intro, Chris, where they really nailed the tone of the David Gordon Green like trilogy. Like, I feel like we could go down that for a little bit here, because like I think that's probably the thing that's really taking people aback the most about this, other than it being 2 hours long, is like, holy shit, these guys really aced the symmetry of these movies. Like
the daytime
the record player guy in the
particularly, I would say. Where like I'm like, this looks like a shot cut from Halloween Ends. Like there were so many of those moments, which is really, what are they saying? Prosthetic eye was awkward, but a mix of practical contact lens and sometimes CG compositing. It was great, and I really appreciated that you guys went through that effort. I wouldn't have known that there was CG going on there at all. So congratulations, well done. But no, the look of this was awesome. I love that the opening was very much calling back to the opening of Halloween 2018 with like the close up on the record player and that kind of thing. That they, I mean, as soon as you get within the first 15 minutes, you're like, this really does look and feel like something that was like cut out from Halloween 2018.
It's like Chris said, it kind of made me appreciate the trilogy a little bit more in some respects because of how much care they did take into it. So
I think like that's definitely going to be where I think this film's going to hang its hat for most people, is that it's like it really did, they aced that tone, they aced everything there, which again, it's really hard to do, but I guess it also just shows like the capacity when everybody says like, oh, everybody can make a movie, you know, like nowadays, like, damn, they're getting pretty close. Like, I mean,
They're
if
getting
that's
close,
not,
yeah.
they're not that far off, which is great. But I think like what this also does to me is like, it makes me wonder if like Blumhouse or anybody over that in that camp is going to see this and kind of wanted to touch on this, like, I guess the series proper. Do we have any ideas, any inklings? I know there was a series that was just kind of out in the open, like people were saying that was going to happen for a while. We don't know if that's a thing or if we're getting another movie. Chris, I know you do a lot of like day-to-day news stuff like that on some of your streams.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any word or
The
inkling recently
last,
for that?
the last we heard, so Miramax bought the rights. They're the sole owners now, and even Jason Blum in an interview a week ago said, "We don't have the rights anymore. We got a 3-picture deal. We finished it. But if we were ever to get, he said he'd be open to do more, but he just doesn't have the rights right now. So it'd have to wait till the next reboot whenever they sell them again, because it feels like that's what they do. Is they just like they do a timeline, they have some fun with it, however it goes, and then they re-up it up to who it wants it and highest bidder gets it. But they've been kind of quiet. It sounded like they wanted to do a cinematic universe type thing, because that's what everyone does with a TV show, and then tie that into the movies. But who knows, man? Yeah, so right now it's been silent.
Was that the interview where he was like, one of my golden gooses is like the golden whale? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's like he's always hunting for the rights to Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. I think what it always comes down to is how much they want for those rights, the rights owners. Because word on the street is the Nightmares, the Wes Craven estate, they want a lot for Freddy to be able to do stuff. And Freddy's just been out of like the box office game for a long time. I don't think it's no risk. I mean, you see how much Michael makes, you're like, oh, Freddy would probably make the same, but you don't know. I mean, you never know. With
maybe you can use the Black Phone 2 to gauge how open people are to an Elm Street.
But see, that Black Phone 2 is not making Halloween numbers. That was a $26 million opening, which was awesome. Black Phone 2 for them with the budget. But I mean, Halloween, Michael Myers was opening.
The money was
40,
very
50. It was big numbers. So
yeah, especially 18 being dormant for so long. Like, I mean, since the zombie films, and for some people who didn't like those even longer, it was just like, good Lord, that was such a big event movie. I remember being in a packed theater. It was like a Marvel movie when that came out. It was like damn near.
Yeah.
There
was a big deal when the zombie one came out. Crazy. I remember.
Yeah.
I feel like Friday or Nightmare is going to be the next one to pop. That's my favorite. So
my fear is they've just been too long out of the game, that they almost accidentally skipped a generation. Because if you think about the other icons, so Halloween was carried for a while because the zombie films existed, whether you liked them or not. There was a generation that grew up on that. Even Jason, to an extent, got to grow up with the 2009 film that a lot of people like. I don't think many can say they grew up on the Jackie Earl Haley version, although, I know some people okay with it, but I really didn't like it. I just think there's been so much of a gap, and if they don't hurry, he's just going to end up becoming...
Yeah.
That last movie spooked everybody in the production. They were like, I don't know, man. If Haley can't do it, I don't know. Because, I mean, I thought it was this. I don't think he did a bad job. It was the writing.
Enough material, yeah. It shouldn't have been a remake.
It was done in that old way, too, where they do the remake like the original one exactly almost.
Yeah.
And then they change that one little thing about it. It's like, I feel like they could have taken a little bit more risk, made it their own thing. So then it wasn't like such an egregious thing against the original, So I don't know.
Yeah, that whole era is such a like travesty for me nowadays as a fan, because like I grew up in that era. The 2009 Friday 13th made me a slasher movie fan. Like, it made me go back and watch all the originals and everything. So like that opened another door for me. But like, I went to the theater dressed up as Freddy Krueger for the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. It was a midday matinee. I didn't need to be in costume. I was like 10, but like, it was April. I was like, whatever. And it'll always have that for me. But like, it really did kind of, I think the whole trend died out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is.
Like, I didn't even want to take the mask off. I was crying so much underneath.
And see, that's the thing. Like, I was young enough to where I loved it. I just loved it because it was new and I got to experience it. And I feel that when you say, Chris, like might have a generational gap at this point if we're not going to get something soon. Because
That scares me because
I
I
wanted-
saw Freddy's Dead with the 3D glasses. Everybody hates that movie, but I fucking loved it because that was my first Freddy movie that I got to see with it was my
That's
first
awesome.
3D movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like blown away, but I was pissed because I was wearing the glasses for half the movie till I realized that you had to put them on when they put them on. You know, like so. But yeah, I don't know. I really hope you're wrong, Chris, because that sucks.
Oh no,
to
trust me,
hear.
I'd want to be wrong, you know. And you still like my gauge for who's popular is going to Spirit Halloween every year and seeing who has their own aisle, you know. And like
Right.
recently, Art the Clown has his own
yeah,
aisle
Art the
now, and
Clown's
it's
got a
like, well,
wall, bro.
That's
Like-
been the coolest come up to me, I think. Like as a horror fan through my life, that's been the coolest franchise to see go from where it started to where it's wound up.
Yep.
It feels
'Cause,
like we
like-
got to watch an icon run.
Yeah, because like
So
I saw
awesome.
All Hallows Eve like back when it came out,
Same.
and I remember being like, "This movie's not great, but Art like this guy is fucking cool."
Yeah.
And then Terrifier 1 comes out, and you're like, "All right, that was better," but like Art the Clown's still fucking cool. And then Terrifier 2, it was like,
Yeah, one of my earliest news videos when I was starting off YouTube was like I did a video where it's like, "Watch out, Pennywise, Art the Clown," and he was like so unknown at the time. So I feel like one of the cool kids that I was like, I was one of the people.
"Yeah, yes,
Hell yeah, dude. No, I mean that's
been
great.
cool.
Like, because it has levels to it as well. Because like I'm very vocal. I have to admit, I'm a bad fan. I saw the first one and I was like, I
I
it's a
didn't like
kill
the
reel.
first one either.
I was
Yeah,
like,
the
it didn't
first
do it for
Terrifier?
me.
but
Yeah,
I liked Art."
and I
I
think
loved Art, but not the movie.
Yeah,
All four of us did then.
yeah, same.
I liked All Hallows Eve a bit more, I think, only
Yeah.
because it was like, oh, it's an anthology. It's clearly low
It was-
budget. Like,
yeah.
I was more forgiving for
Mhm.
some reason to that. But then when
It's
2
raw.
came
That's
out,
why.
I didn't appreciate 1 until I saw 2. And that's
Yeah.
just because
Yep.
2 really felt like we had
Well,
characters. We had
and-
people to root for. It was great. Like,
They're doing a cool thing now where Terrifier 2 and 3, they're kind of like filling in certain things
Yep.
in the first movie that have now made me appreciate the first
Same.
one more when I go back and rewatch it. Like, especially with like the lady in the basement where you watch that without any context. You're like, oh, this is dumb as shit. But then we're kind of learning more about what her significance is. And now it's like, okay, she's actually like relevant. She's tied into this.
Yep.
It's cool.
You know what I just thought of? Because Black Phone 2 and because Peter Pan, the funny one, and because of Art, are people going to be like, oh, they're trying to rip off Art the Clown if like Nightmare on Elm Street came out?
Probably.
no, I,
See, that's what I'd be afraid of too, because Freddy's thing is he's a funny guy when
Right.
he speaks.
yeah.
But there is a shtick to like there is some similarities. I know what you mean in the
Very.
physical body humor
Yeah.
of Art and Freddy. That I am afraid of that, where like Art has stolen Freddy's shtick with some of his physical humor, but
Yeah.
Well,
we'd have to wait
and that
see.
whole like what was it, the clown parade or whatever, the TV show
Clown
they did in
Cafe.
part 2.
The cafe.
What is it? Why did I keep the Clown Cafe? Yeah.
Clown
Like that
Cafe,
whole thing
yeah,
like
the
reminded
nightmare
me of
stuff
like
kinda
Nightmare
thing,
on Elm
yeah.
Street shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I don't want to
plus the
distract
whole
you.
part 2. Sorry.
What's up?
Well, we have because I don't know if they're I don't know what their schedule is. Cole edits. Well, we have them in the
Oh,
chat.
my bad.
There
Oh,
was
no, you're
something-
good.
There was something I wanted to ask them about because this is something I was thinking just with the amount of work that it takes to make something like this. And I know that I believe that I saw a post where they mentioned that they wanted to do Scream next.
ooh,
I
So
thought their IMDb, I believe, or no, that was one of the actors. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it looks like they may be eyeing doing a Scream fan film next, which is cool. And I think that they should absolutely do that. What I'm wondering is if there's any plans for like something brand new from you guys, because the amount of work that you're putting into this,
That is true.
and with the response to indie horror right now, I feel like if you have the resources to make a feature, if you have any ideas in your head right now, I implore you to try and bring those to fruition, because if you want
Yeah.
to try and break in on the like horror space, now is the fucking time for
Oh,
indie horror
it really is.
taking off. So like I would love, especially because there's clearly a lot of like love and care for the craft here. I would love for them to break out, have these like fan films that give them some eyes, and then come out with something that's like, and here's our thing. That it could be like a really cool opportunity.
It's a good point because it's pretty high level for the quality.
Beautiful. Bring that up on screen. Amazing.
Yes.
I want to
After
cap it
Scream.
off.
Hey, I'm so glad to
here.
hear that, because that's
That's
what I kept
cool. That's
thinking while I
exciting,
was
man.
watching this. Like, the amount of work you guys are putting into this. You should make your own thing. Like, make your
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely.
This is the time.
Live your dream, man.
Yeah.
I think too, like, just I just saw a film earlier this summer called The Jester, or like, no, this was in September.
Oh,
The
I want to
Jester
watch
2.
those. I wanna
Yeah,
watch those. Are they
yeah.
fun?
The Jester was all right. You know, it's a very Terrifier kind of thing where it's like it's stripped down. It's a little less focused. It's kind of more just like we're showing you what we got. And then The Jester 2, they expand upon it. And it's not like to the caliber of like Terrifier 2 in the sense of like, wow, I'm blown away. Like, this really feels different. But it's very cool. I like how they set it up, how they do it, because like
okay.
the character, I will say, is kind of like magic based.
Hmm.
So it's a little bit of a different vibe where it's
That's
like
fun, though.
he can kind
I
of
like his
manipulate
look.
things, and
What
he's a
makes you
little
wanna watch him?
goofier, and I like it. So it's nice. But I would recommend them. They're fun. They're on
Sweet.
Tubi.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
I'm
too.
excited to see what Cole Edit's original idea is, because yeah, like you said, now is the time. You're seeing it everywhere. Studios are paying attention more now than ever
Mhm.
to creators online,
indie
short
in
film
general.
people,
Yep.
and then handing them a couple mil or 1 mil at least to make your project a
Yeah,
reality.
and I mean, especially like if you're in a position where like you're getting eyes from like Halloween and Scream fan films, like, not to say this would happen, but like we're in the weekend where Shelby Oaks is coming out, where like that was an independent production that then, because it had a lot of eyes on it, a studio was like, hey, you want a little more money?
Yeah.
You want some like big distribution? Like, we're in a point right now where this is something that's very, it's a good time to be doing this, and you guys have a really cool opportunity to break into the scene, which you're
Absolutely.
doing already. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, and I also want to mention another film that we're going to be highlighting on our channel here at the end of the week that I do want to put on everybody's radar here. Talked to Evan about this a little bit earlier today, but there's a movie coming out this week called Dream Eater.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dream-
Dylan and I based an offline podcast earlier today.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half of just bullshit, and it was great.
Yeah.
But I was prepping. I was recording a video, and I just ended up talking to Evan about it, and I was just like, dude, like, this movie I just recently watched. It's really great. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was very, very creepy. It's found footage. Definitely gonna save it for the video I already recorded, but like I gotta tell you, seek it out. It's good. It's certainly something. This is a big weekend for independent horror with Shelby Oaks and this. Eli
Okay.
Roth's company bought it.
Yeah. That's what I
Um,
heard.
We'll check that out.
Yeah,
I was in
they're-
touch with the director for a little bit there, but I'm sure things got like pretty heavy, you know.
Yeah,
It was-
I had him on for an interview last Friday, and we talked
oh,
for
I
an
didn't know
hour.
that.
We talked for an hour and a half, all three of us, and it was
nice.
it was awesome. Like, or the three of them and me, but like, it was great. They're good people, and they will definitely their movie is definitely worth checking out. That's all I'll say. I want to
Cool.
I want to stay as vague as possible.
Well, you certainly got my attention when you said that it made you think about Lake Mungo in some capacity. So
A little bit. Yeah, there's
I know.
elements to that. It's got a lot of weight, is what I'll say.
we should probably try and like continue our Halloween aftermath discussion.
I think so. Yes.
Finish that, and then because
We're just so everybody knows, we are scatterbrained horror fans, so we're fans of everything, and it just like leads down these branches of like everything. So
yeah. So there we go. That's what they're saying they want to do, which makes me really glad to see, because they like clearly from what they're saying here. Look what we can do with $15,000. Yeah, people should take notice of that,
For real.
because
yeah, that's pretty
for
impressive.
15 grand, this is like, I didn't know what the budget was before. This is currently.
I know.
Crazy.
I have friends who've made $35,000 shorts.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean,
is
for like 20 minutes.
Absolutely impressive what you guys managed to accomplish.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact, I mean, it's beyond feature length. It definitely
Yeah.
qualifies. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, you can do this. I can literally say, like, I would love to see what they do next originally. Because then one of the things we should touch on, obviously, is people are going to want to talk about it. I've seen some in the chat here. The kills in this movie.
Yes.
This we will have to touch slightly on some spoilers, because there is a kill in this that is really intense, really elongated, and I think this whole sequence in general is probably maybe my favorite part of it, just because there's a lot of levels to it. So just touching on that, maybe tune out for a couple of minutes while we touch on this, because that's the best I can do.
That's so messed up.
I'm sorry, I have to mention it. Like, how do I get around this without it?
Earmuffs, everybody, earmuffs.
All right, but we're talking about the sister character. Is it Marnie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her death was definitely, I think, the centerpiece of the movie,
pretty
in my
upsetting.
opinion.
Yeah.
When it comes to just the emotion,
Yeah.
how brutal it was, and like just how like really elongated the death was. That felt very Rob Zombie like to
Yeah.
me. And there's a lot of references to his work. There's a lot of stuff in there.
It was giving
But-
me flashbacks to Octavia Spencer's death in Halloween 2.
Yes.
Michael's
Mm.
fucking going ham on her back. I was like, yeah, this is gnarly.
Okay.
That way.
So I got to say this, because since we're talking about that, I mean, I don't want to derail. We can go back to talking about how the death and all that other happened. But since we're in spoilers, the thing that bothered me was that there was no mourning of her death.
Mm.
I don't think there was time.
No, there was time, because the end of the movie, he's mourning somebody else.
Oh, true.
And-
Okay.
And
yeah,
I
we
was
don't-
like, wait a second, where's the other grave? They were like, we just threw her in the trash. Yeah, whatever.
Jeez. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't consider that.
Sorry,
We don't
Cole.
really
I'm
touch
just
on
being a
that.
dick. I'm just...
I will say though, I wanted, because when I mentioned performance highlights earlier, while we're in spoiler territory,
Yeah.
Buddy's performance while she's dying was fantastic.
Mhm.
Like really fucking gut wrenching. He did a really great job with that. I thought they handled that sequence. That was one of the moments where like it goes on for a while, but that was one scene where I was like, I like that this is going on.
Yeah, it was
a long time. You
definitely.
just really feel like you're like stuck in that, and having the realization dawn on you that this person is leaving. It's
Like I said, it's a centerpiece kill, like
Yeah.
for sure. It's definitely where I think the movie like picks up. I think that's when everything starts to really spiral for us, and we move a lot further away
right at
from
the end.
the slow stuff. It's not even. No, it's not towards the end. There's like an hour in, like an
I'm
hour.
talking about the one at the end.
Oh yeah, got you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Yeah, no, that scene is what I was referring to. Right at the end.
Yes, that's
Was-
also kind of brutal. Do we
Yes.
have any other?
I like that they hang on that one that you were referring to as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do we have any comments, any thoughts on the kill there, or any other kills they wanted to highlight?
I like
That was
the
just a
leg
big one.
stabbing.
Yeah.
When Michael got stabbed.
I enjoyed when they just flipped the car on neutral and just let it run over that guy's head.
Yeah,
that was funny, yeah.
good.
That whole
Actually, you know what?
sequence was kind of cool too.
The cop kill at the very end.
Yeah,
That was nice.
The
Mm.
head was like really gnarly. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that was like visual effects or what, because it just looked
I
like
think
his
it
head.
was a mixture.
Yeah.
the I do know that the one thing I learned while I was researching for this was that the kills themselves, like with the knives, they did the exact same method that they did with the David Gordon Green trilogy, where it was a combination of practical and CG. So
works.
whenever they would stab, it'd be CG. So it was just handles.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah, that actually did come out pretty good, which I gotta say that's
I didn't even
also
notice.
a huge bit. Yeah, it's like you don't notice, like you can't tell. It's just kind of like it just seems like it's just a part of it now. Like we've gotten so good at stabbing people with After Effects, like we
Yeah.
can do this now. But
Sorry,
Especially
Stephanie.
when we're talking on like the fact that they were talking a movie that had a budget of $20 million compared to one that had $15,000.
Right.
that
Yeah.
is true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Using the same methods, and
That's cool.
like Chris said, he didn't even notice that they were
Move
I
over,
did.
Gordon Green.
I think he's probably out of the horror genre now. He's moved over.
I mean, he's probably a little upset. I would be a little
I don't
bit.
blame
Yeah.
him. He gets flamed. But I'd like to see him do another horror movie.
He took some risks. You got to give him that.
I was looking forward to his a Hellraiser HBO
Yeah,
show
his
he was
show.
going to do, and then I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah.
I literally was about to bring that up. I'm like, have we got any updates? Because the last thing I remember was right after they announced that Deceiver wasn't happening anymore.
Yeah.
That he said he was still going forward with
Believe
that.
even weirder.
Yeah, it's like it, and then I mean I know a lot of people. We were scared a couple of weeks ago that like the whole Exorcist
remind me.
plan here was like Mike Flanagan. Apparently, there was a rumor going around that he wasn't going to be attached to it anymore, and I guess that was bullshit. So,
I'm so glad he came out and literally was like, "This is
Yeah.
not. Don't worry." I was
I
so
can't wait to see
Dylan-
his idea.
Dude, Dylan texted me because he was my ideal director for Exorcist. We had a podcast after Deceiver was canceled where it was like, who do we want to see take this on? And Mike Flanagan was like my number one pick. So when he got announced for it, I was like, fuck yes. And then Dylan was like, hey, he might have left the project. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? I freaked out, man.
Yeah, I was trying to find that post, and also I didn't know if that was true or not. So it was just kind of one of those things. I'm
Not
like,
true.
I can't confirm nor deny, but it is what it is.
Yep.
This
Wait,
is
that
the
the one
word
we were
around the
talking about?
campfire.
Different directors and what would do Exorcist and
Yeah,
Like,
that's
who
the
could
one
pick
where
it
we
up?
started talking about like Damien Rugna and stuff.
that's what
brought
I
him
was
up.
like. Yeah. And now he's got the Alien franchise, which is so weird. Which he said he would never do any kind of sequels or anything like that, which is funny. But I mean,
Hey,
how
never
could
say
you
never,
say
man.
no? You know.
You know, When Evil Lurks 2 is coming and Alien stuff.
Yeah, that'll be cool. But I think like overall, if we want to get into like final thoughts for the fan film itself,
Yeah.
and then we can kind of talk a little bit of news and just kind of, I guess I wanted to kind of talk with Chris about just like in general, talk some shop if everybody
Yeah, we
doesn't
can get
mind.
more
Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to get some of your backstory and stuff too.
I don't usually like rush through it, but just because they're here, I want to make sure that we're like,
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, you're golden.
Yeah.
But I think like for me personally, looking at it from two aspects, like I can be critical of it and I can say that it's paced out too long. And I can say, you know, that there's certain things that I feel like, you know, didn't need to be there and all that. But like, this is a passion project. This is something that like people did this for no money. They did it because they love it and they're passionate about the Halloween franchise. And for that, I thank them wholeheartedly for this. It's fun. It's great. I'm happy to see it. It's almost like inspiring in the sense of just like, I like how free it feels.
yep.
With them just being able to say, you know what, we're not going to wait for Universal. We're not going to wait for David Gordon Green. We're just going to fill in some cracks and tell a little bit of a story here. And damn it, you presented it so close to what you were emulating the David Gordon Green style so well that like, yeah, I do not blame people when I've seen posts saying, I'm going to watch this whenever I watch the David Gordon Green trilogy now. I've seen that a lot. And I think that that is a huge compliment to them and they deserve it.
If you're a Halloween fan, and especially if you're a fan of David Gordon Green's trilogy, this is one of those things where like you need to watch this. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say even if you're not, because it kind of made me appreciate it a little bit in some ways. So like,
Yeah.
like Chris said,
It made me want to
he
watch the
nailed it
original
when he
trilogy.
said that because like I'm not a huge fan of the trilogy.
mhm.
You know, I like kills more than anything. Like that was even though it's cheesy as fuck, but you know.
Well, my most
but-
recent one, Ends, was my favorite. It always changes.
I appreciate
yeah.
ends more every year, but you know, this is something that I said elevates the Blumhouse trilogy. It's you could tell the passion and the love from it. So it was honestly just all out of respect with how well they did it and just how they were able to mimic a style. That's mainly more what really impressed me by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think like overall, that's probably one of the things that I will look forward to the most is seeing what these guys do next, just because they were so stellar with this output and just what they were able to emulate. Like we all said earlier, I'm real excited to see what the quality is going to be like when they do something of their own too, because then we get to see their own vision. It's kind of like when Raka Raka made Talk to Me.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's watching that movie like, geez, like the quality of this movie is surreal. I'd even say the same about Shelby Oaks, where it's like you look at it, it's like it feels like a movie. You know, it doesn't feel like a fan film, and this certainly does not feel like a fan film. So
Yeah.
I think that there's a bright future for you guys, and we'll definitely be here to watch it again next time. So looking forward to that. Absolutely. But yeah, I figured we just I have a few news stories picked out, but before we kind of hop into that, I mean, we are actually in the presence of YouTube royalty here.
Did you see that, Chris?
I did it. You know what? It is kind of true. It's not that. It's not that far off. I love Queen, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you were making fun of me, Alex, because you like
No.
to do that when I'm not
Sorry,
paying
I was
attention.
reading the chat. I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Someone's
what was that?
obviously not
That
a
was the
stranger fan things. Or a
You
stranger
threw me
things
off
fan.
my transition.
Well-
the show is ruined, Alex.
And
Fuck,
thank
no,
you,
it-
Cole Edits, by the way, for coming in.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you so
That was
much
really
for
Thanks, man.
chatting with us.
Keep up the good work. I can't wait to see what you guys do with Scream.
Yeah,
I'm-
good luck on that, by the way. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna reach out to you guys because I want to talk about more stuff from it. There's a lot of things I'm curious about, so I'll shoot you.
Yeah.
guys.
Definitely. What we need is Cole Edits to go on with you and Lee from Drum Dums. And who's the other? Is it Wolfman who likes?
Wolfman's
He
got
likes
that.
he likes the trilogy a lot, right?
Yep. He does.
Was that was Drum Dums or Dum Drums on the phone, right? The father.
I don't.
Was it?
That's what Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews told me.
I don't
He
know.
was
Really?
like, that's
know.
him, or that's Lee. No,
Maybe
I'm
I'll
sorry,
miss
Lee.
Lee. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Lee
I'm gonna
is-
check it out.
Is that
let's see.
true, Cole? Is Lee one of the reviewers?
Just getting there.
Was he the voice in that? I swear to God, that's what Jason was telling me. He's like, I know that
Click
voice
for me if
anywhere.
It was. But
It
that was-
is Lee McCoy, Craig voice.
No way. That's cool.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, we should have mentioned that. We didn't even mention it.
No, I didn't know.
That's funny. That's
awesome.
great.
I didn't know that.
Hell yeah. All right. So in the sequel, Evan, who are you gonna be? what phone call are you gonna be on
What? Oh God.
for
I want to be Ben Tramer.
Aftermath 2? Oh yeah, you'll
be
be but yeah, just transitioning out of that. I know it's been a while since we've been on, so we've missed a lot of news, but I know Drum Drums was in the yes, there we go. Love
awesome.
it.
Man.
I know it got brought up earlier, but speaking of Friday the 13th, as we did, looks like the Peacock series is just wrapped. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit, get some thoughts. I think for me, I was a little lukewarm on this at first. I was like, it has potential, but I think after the casting of Pamela Voorhees, I think they really nailed the actress, and I'm really excited for this now. I gotta say, my excitement for this is like tenfold what it was before. Like I'm really here. Any thoughts, fellas?
I mean, I'm not like personally overly invested in it. It's one of those things where like I love the Friday the 13th franchise and have a lot of nostalgia for it, but I most of the time when I hear news about Friday the 13th, my first thought is how Dylan will feel about it. Is that
Usually pretty sad.
that's the thing? Like, especially there was a stretch of time where I felt like every movie I wanted was happening. And there was always bad news about Friday the 13th, and I just felt really bad. So I hope it's good for your sake, Dylan.
I thank you for that. Your sympathies are very appreciated.
I definitely am more interested now than I was before. Like I had zero interest before, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't really see the vision. And now it's kind of making a little bit more sense what I've been hearing and things. So I'm open to it. I'm probably more excited about Derry. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That seems like more my speed because I'm more into the weirder kind of stuff, not as like straightforward kind of. Yeah.
No, I'm really excited about that. I love that.
That starts today or tomorrow.
26.
26. Oh, okay.
So it'll be Sunday. Yeah.
There's
I think-
review copies out, I heard though.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we got ours. Our review goes out tomorrow at we're putting ours out at 3, but I think the embargo lifts at noon. So we've seen the first 5 episodes. So
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'll keep it.
Can't
It's,
say.
it's thumbs up. I will say, as somebody who hated it, Chapter 2,
Yeah.
we're back, baby. Let's go. I'm
Oh,
excited.
nice.
I'm feeling good. 5
haven't
episodes
seen it
though. I
since
haven't
it
seen
was
the whole
in the
thing. So, but I feel good. I'm confident.
Are they all dropping at once, by the way?
No, I think it's all going to be. I think
It's
it's going to be
HBO,
week
right?
to week. Yes, HBO.
week to week?
They're going to do like 2 or 3 first and then.
I don't know. I think they're going to do one, but those. I will tell you, the first 2 episodes of the 5, it's a really strong start. Like they really, remember when everybody got like kind of shocked by how Pennywise bit off Georgie's arm and how much we saw of that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to feel that way, or everybody's going to feel that way after the first 2 episodes.
book is
There's some
fucked up.
shit in there that's pretty
It's-
fucking wild.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Like, it's a hard book to. There are some things in that book that you quite literally
Yeah.
never adapt. But like, there's a lot of really like dark shit in that book. So I'm glad to hear they're not holding back with it.
That's cool.
Yeah, Chris, what about you for Crystal Lake?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. Like I said, I don't mind the Pamela idea. I'm curious, I guess, more about the later seasons because I'm wondering if they are going to lean more into the Jason or if it'll be Pamela centric most of the time. To me, it's just kind of harkening back to like what they used to do with TV, where it's always like it's set in this universe, but it's not about the guy you really want to see, which I feel like Nowadays, you
CW.
can get that show. I mean, you think about like even Alien Earth. It's like xenomorph action almost every episode. Even the Chucky TV series with the problems I had, you did have Chucky every episode, and he killed someone every episode. You know, so it's almost like just going like almost like with Gotham, what that was. It's like, well, you want a show about Batman? How about Commissioner Gordon? You know, things like that. So, but I'm curious to see where it goes.
I'm thinking like Bates Motel almost.
Oh yeah,
you
Bates
know?
Motel too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of
like-
that's the vibe I've been getting from this show, kind of the whole time.
And you know, I'm like half in, half out on that because I never finished Bates Motel, but I liked what I had seen from it. I just think like for me, I don't know if I'm putting too much onto this. I just feel like the casting of Linda Cardellini as Pamela Voorhees, I just feel like that's really smart casting, and I feel like somebody behind the scenes like is at least putting some care and some thought into it, because like there were people throwing around like, now I love Charlize Theron. I thought, you know, she's fine as an actress, but like I just don't see her as that fit for that role. But I feel like Linda Cardellini has that like ability to kind of teeter between full-blown crazy to nurturing motherly figure, and I think that if they're really eyeing into that, it'll be a side of Friday the 13th that's like has never been explored since the very first film. So I'm curious. It might be the freshest take we've had in a long time.
I think they should have gone Pam for Pam and gotten what's her name from Naked Lunch, Pam Anderson.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
What if she could surprise you though? You know what I mean? Because she's got that look, kind of like, you know, now. So
Are you
she's a little
saying
bit older.
Okay. All right.
So
If
I'm not
that's
trying to
where
be
you're
mean.
going.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't know. You sounds pretty
I don't
fucking
know.
mean, Alex. I'm kidding.
Frank
Um,
Drebin.
But
Dylan,
yeah.
it doesn't have to be right now, and we can continue. Do you happen to have werewolf on the list for any?
Yeah, go for it.
No. Are we transitioning?
Yes, we're transitioning into that one,
I don't
sir.
want to do it yet. We are.
Yes.
Awesome. Werewolf, Robert
This
Eggers.
was planned.
So absolutely. Well, while we're on that topic, I finally completed the big box Eggers collection.
Can you show us
because
that?
It's very dark.
Is fine. Yeah. Well, you know,
Okay.
his movies are all gray and black. So what do you want? But it's
They all
finally
stick
complete,
together.
and that's super satisfying. But yeah, Werewolf is moving along, and it's looking really cool. We have some sets that are being built now, and there's like some people who've snuck on to where they're shooting in the moors. And so we have videos like really close up on the sets that they're currently constructing, and we're getting like, you know, thatched roofs and castles and churches, and it's looking unsurprisingly very period accurate and very medieval.
Awesome.
And that's super exciting. We have one image of them filming, so they are actually they're shooting already. I know that the storyboard's just completed, and I was actually chatting with the guy who's doing the storyboards, and he'd said they started shooting about a month-ish ago. So they're you know well into production on this, and there's, I mean, obviously, like we're talking Jaron Blaschke, who's gotten very creative with cinematography, especially in Eggers films up to this point. And there's an image that someone on set posted where there's a camera, but the camera is kind of sitting above a mirror, which has all this red light spilled onto it.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know what they're doing. They've done color filtering a couple different times, where they're like cast a certain light and then put a filter in front of the lens to have it interact like with in the lighthouse, where they were having it like wipe the blood away from his house in that final shot.
Or do you think they're going to actually bring color in?
Well, so that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
this movie, from what I understand, isn't going to be in black and white. So
That'd
I'm
be
wondering.
cool.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
know what kind of look they're going. I know that Jaron Blaschke, when he was asked about it, all he could say was that the primary candidate, and this was a while ago, so they've clearly settled on something now, but the primary candidate for the look he wanted to do was something that has never been done before. So they're clearly, like he said, they kind of felt like they reached the peak of like Eggers cinematography with Nosferatu, which is really Jaron Blaschke, where like that was kind of the height of everything they've been doing up to that point, and now they're like, and now we're doing something different. So we're getting a departure here, and from what we've seen behind the scenes, it looks like there's some really cool, unique stuff going on. The sets are looking awesome, and every single person who obviously we don't know much about it, anyone who said anything about it, the only thing they've said is that it's really dark. And I mean, considering two
Wow.
things, werewolf folklore is super fucked up. If you've ever looked into like
Oh wow.
where that comes from, it's messed up. And also in the first 15 minutes of The Witch, there's a baby that gets turned into jam. And if we're talking something that's like notably dark in that body of work, I don't know what's going to happen in this movie, but it's going to be out on Christmas, so it'll be a nice way to spend that day with you.
I was gonna say
Next year, right? Next year.
Yeah, next year.
Does the Wolfman hang dong though?
Oh
If
god.
That's
Willem
what I
Dafoe
wanna know.
plays him,
Yes.
Well,
Well, he didn't.
Hope-
Bill Skarsgård did, and we got that.
yeah,
we got
that's
Nosferatu dong, so I
Very
just
true.
figured
Those-
consistency. You know,
We're all adults here. Okay.
well,
I
that's
go
why-
for these movies for one
the
reason.
yeah, yeah. So it looks cool, and I'm really excited, and I'm trying to not get overly hyped about it because I know I was insufferable when Nosferatu was coming out because I was
No,
Yeah.
I suffered with you. I liked it.
yeah, no, but I mean in the lead up to that.
Yeah.
No, I
it's
mean
pretty
I let
bad.
you talk all the time about it. It's okay. You're good.
Look.
I felt like I was
trying-
just watching him lay in bed.
I'm
Just spinning his tires on.
trying to
on
maintain
Nosferatu.
composure this time around.
What about
No.
you, Chris? What do you think? Do you have any thoughts about it?
Yeah, are you an Eggers? I don't even know.
I really admire him. I just can't seem to like come to loving every single one
Yeah,
of his films.
how I am.
Unfortunately, like
Sure.
I liked a lot of Nosferatu, but it just came out just liking it. Same with The Witch and Lighthouse. I'm trying to think. Oh,
You're my spirit
funny
animal,
enough, the
then.
one that like my favorite, Robert, the Viking one he did. What was it?
The
Oh
North-
hell yeah, North.
That was my favorite of his.
I need to
we're-
watch that again.
There are
so-
a couple days out of the week you could ask me what my favorite Eggers film is, and it will be The Northman.
That's
I
probably
think
the one I could say I love. Like that one, I really did with his style and the way he got into mythology and all that. I'm curious with the werewolf stuff for sure. You're making it sound more interesting.
Well,
The-
that was another situation where it was like literally my fan cast was what happened. Where after Lee Winnell's Wolfman came out, we did a show where we were like, "And what would you like to see out of a werewolf movie next?" And I literally said, "I want to see something like what Robert Eggers did with The Witch." 3 days later, Werewolf got announced, and then I did it again with Christmas Carol. But no, I'm really looking forward to this. And if anyone's curious, if anyone's like me and you're like itching for anything relating to this movie, there is a movie that the editor of Eggers Films said was something that he had asked people involved with the film to watch, called Hard to Be a God, which is a Russian film from 2013 that looks really fucking cool.
Okay.
So if you're trying to get a vibe of what he's going for, maybe check that out. I'm planning on watching it in the next couple weeks at some point.
Cool hearing your passion for it. You sound really like
Oh,
excited
dude.
for it, man. So that's
Eggers is my favorite director working right now. Like him and Mike Flanagan are like my
awesome.
those guys are at the peak. But yeah, I'm a fucking dork for Eggers stuff. So
Yeah, every episode we set aside about 20 minutes for
Mhm.
Evan to talk about
It's
Robert
true.
Eggers uninterrupted, and we
That's
sit here and just
crazy.
nod and smile. So it's good for him. He gets it out. So
I wonder if it's like kind of an age thing too, because like I noticed, like I don't know, like we've had a lot of talks about it, and I think you had like seeing his movies is you're at an age where it was impressionable for you in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that you're a child or something.
I'm
I just
young,
mean,
though.
like right, but you know what I mean. Like it's a very impressionable time
yeah,
to see
totally.
these things, and so therefore, that's a really impactful thing for you. Like for
Mhm.
me, I still wish I could feel that way about the movies that I see of his. And
Well, the thing with his movies, and I don't want to talk about Eggers too much because I know I already do that enough.
I was just
But
kidding.
the thing is, all of the first time I saw his movie was never the time where, because they're always so weird, and often they're dealing with like established things in horror, like witches or vampires or whatever, that have shifted so far from like traditional depictions of them that seeing that traditional depiction feels fucking weird.
gotcha.
So it takes a
Mhm.
while to come around to it. And like The Witch, the first time I saw it, granted, that was 2015, so I was like 16 years old. No, 14. Sorry. I was like, this is kind of boring because it's slow and it's a period, and I wasn't as into that kind of thing at that time. But yeah, The Witch I thought was boring the first time. The Lighthouse I found kind of disappointing because I was expecting like a ghost story in a lighthouse, and
but then it stuck with you.
yeah, and that became my favorite Eggers film. The Northman, I was immediately like, that was pretty cool, but now it's like that's the best Viking movie ever made to me. And Nosferatu was the biggest one where I was like actually disappointed with it because I had built it up to be something so different in my head, and I saw it at like a midnight showing, so I was not able to like accept something outside of what I had expected. So it took me a little while, but then it elevated. Anyway, Werewolf is looking cool. It's coming along well, and I'm excited.
I like what they're saying about the light stuff, though. I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love for them to try to like emulate the look of like woodcuts, like kind of get that sort of vibe, but not like directly. I don't want the frame to look like it's a woodcut, but
I feel like they're gonna do black and white and then have like these tones.
Yeah,
over
I don't know
it a little bit or something.
I don't know.
Like that might be interesting because like I don't know, like because when you look at Bava's old films and stuff like that, like when you think of like the Gothic sort of style, and if you were to like imagine that with a little bit of color, not a lot, like it kind of is, I don't know, seems kind of interesting. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, Blashki is just such a creative dude. Like and they had mentioned wanting to do a Western at some point. And in my head, immediately, I'm like,
that.
Please make it look like wet plate photography. If they can pull that look from the movie, that would be sick. But yeah, there's also, I'm sure
he's a techie guy, so
I'm seeing it.
Let's move on.
All right. So, Alex, I'm going to give you the floor real quick if you have any stories that you had off the top of your head, because I have one, but I don't know how many miles we're going to get out of it.
You might have to pass on me on that because I had one, but I lost it while we were talking.
All right. Well, then Killer Monkeys it is, because we got the trailer for Primates just last week. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but Primate is from Johannes Roberts, the guy who did 27 Meters Down and 27 Meters Down Uncaged, Strangers Pray at Night. And this movie, it looks kind of like the beginning of Nope, but for 90 minutes. And I don't think I'm ready for it because it looks spooky as hell, dude. They're using a practical effects monkey through a solid chunk of it as well. There's a lot of close-up shots, like one towards the end of the trailer where he's sticking his nose out from under the sheet. This looks like it's going to be a blast. So I was just curious if anybody had gotten a chance to see that or if they'd have any interest in that. I know some of us were excited about that on the Sunday Scaries a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was at Fantastic Fest, so I actually got to see it. I've seen the movie. And it's a lot of fun. It is a January movie. I will say that in the sense that it's ridiculous, it's silly, but the movie leans into the silly and ridiculous factor of a monkey killing people. So honestly, it's a lot of fun, and I think the saving grace of it are the kills. The kills are actually pretty brutal, and just like using practical effects on the chimp, they use it in the kills, and it's a cast of teenagers, so it's like I don't want to give away too many of the kills, but like there's like a 15-year-old girl, the monkey grabs her ponytail, and you start to see the scalp coming off.
Oh my god!
And so like that's just one of the many crazy things that the chimp does to these teenagers, and I think it's kind of fun. I feel like we haven't got, usually it's like older college kids or older people. Now it's kind of cool to see these younger kids basically get messed up by the monkey. It has an awesome score. There was a lot of the director said that he really wanted to channel like John Carpenter, and you can feel that in there, like the John Carpenterisms of the score. It elevates it. So it's a fun movie. I don't expect it to be a masterpiece or anything. It is. And I'll even say like the prosthetics on the monkey. Well, I'm glad they didn't do CGI. For the most, it's a guy in a suit. It's just like a skinny guy in like a suit. Okay. So like, don't think it's an animatronic. I think there are some animatronic moments where it's just the face, but anytime the monkey's moving, it's a dude in a suit, and you can kind of tell, but it's still fun.
Hell yeah! Well, there you go. That's awesome.
I feel like from what I've heard from a lot of people talk about it, like as I saw Chuck's and what's his name, Slasher Talk. They were like, because I know how they like their type of movies that they like, because we've talked about a lot of them, and like I get the vibe that, like you said, and I think there's going to be that niche audience that just absolutely loves it, and there's going to be a lot of people that just don't know how to take it.
Oh yeah, they'll be like, this is so stupid. It's the kind of movie too where you almost root for the monkey because all the characters are pretty dumb and not that
nice.
That's what I want.
It's kind of a fun movie, so at least people will be.
Best
I think there's room for that. Yeah,
let's go. monkey time. Let's go. No, I love this kind of stuff. Like honestly,
It was
our
kinda
buddy Jake from his channel Killjoy Jake, we get along
So up
quite
his-
well
I
when
like
it comes to
Killjoy.
our
He's nice.
when it comes to our creature features, man. Like him and I get along so well with that. Like we grew up watching the same stuff. So honestly, it's like I'll watch any killer animal movie, no matter how cheesy. It's just kind of like my it's like my forbidden piece of candy. You know what I
That's
mean? Like I
funny,
gotta
yeah.
hide it under my pillow and watch it when I can.
I
So
would
I take
watch
these
that
in
with
stride.
him. Like that
Oh.
would be a fun one to watch with him.
There's
Oh,
another
yeah.
January movie that's coming out that I'm really interested in is We Bury the Dead.
I saw something.
The trailer
that
looks
slightly
really good,
about that.
dude. It's like done in a way that it's a zombie, movie, but they don't necessarily focus on the zombie aspect as much. I mean, I know that
like
sounds
Easy
terrible on just on how I'm saying it, but like if you watch the trailer, you get this like vibe about it that's like
Yeah.
really, really interesting. And I reached out immediately as soon as I saw the trailer. I was like, hey,
Just because we're talking about like movies that are playing at like festivals and stuff like that, there's one that I want to ask you guys about because I don't do the festival thing. I don't really cover new movies generally.
which one?
There's one that I've been waiting to see, and I want to know if any of you have seen it. I don't know how to fucking pronounce this. It's Celtic.
Tibet.
It's a Gaelic name.
No, I have not
Antibus.
seen this one.
It's probably pronounced like flubber or something like that because Gaelic makes no sense. But,
No.
Okay, so none of you have seen that?
No.
Okay,
No.
shit. The
No.
trailer
Can't
was
say it.
really cool.
Can't watch it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It's the first fully Gaelic spoken horror movie, which is cool.
Sweet. That's
Um,
really cool.
and it's like Irish folklore, which I love. So I've been wanting to see it for a while. I just didn't know if any of you
There
guys.
wasn't there another movie that they did mostly
Dude,
Gaelic. I just
two-
watched it.
It's funny. So there are 2 folk horror movies that came out this year.
Yeah.
That I mean, you could say either of them are the first fully Gaelic horror movies. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
was that one good?
I have not seen it.
Alex said he saw it. Never mind.
Oh, which
Yeah.
one? Which one?
The one that you just mentioned, the other one.
I can't think of what it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it
Did
is.
you
Oh,
watch
I
it?
saw 2 and I'm getting the 2 confused. So,
Hmm.
and I've seen so many movies. It's like, I need a refresher. Like what I've seen.
Right. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm hoping I can catch that at some point because it looks really.
2 movies that I think should get more eyes on, and maybe Chris saw some, was Apophreniacs.
Oh no, I heard good things about that one. I didn't get to see
Holy
that one either. Yeah.
shit, dude. My video did not do well, and it should because that movie is so fucking good, dude. It's a Tarantino style-esque movie that's done in a very dark comedy about AI and like using deep fakes. And
Oh, okay.
holy shit, dude. That movie is, the characters are so strong and all of the situations they get into are so dark and fucked up. And the violence and the gore is just so intense. It's like it's you will not forget this movie when you see it.
Okay.
How do you say it? Damn it.
Apopheniacs. I hope it gets released.
Apopheniacs,
I don't
that's
know
right,
if it has a.
It means apopheniacs means when you are drawing
Addicted to apps?
conclusions
Okay.
and patterns from something that there is no pattern. So
Okay.
kind of like pareidolia, where you look up in the sky and you see a cloud and you're like, oh, it looks like a rabbit. And they're like, no, it doesn't look like a dick.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing, but with finding conspiracies and things almost. And people just go bananas in this movie.
I think you just.
I
made those
liked
words
it
up,
more
I'm not
than
gonna lie.
Bone Lake, which I thought was really good too, which I thought was very different, but it still kind of follows a
Was Bone-
tropey.
Was that the one that was made by the people who did The Lodge, or am I thinking of something else? No, Bath something. Devil's Bath. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, that was one of the
Very
Gaelic
different.
ones, I
I
think. by
still
the
need
way.
to see that. I really liked The Lodge, and I want to see The Devil's Bath.
But yeah, Apopheniacs, and I liked Bone Lake, which is coming out in a couple weeks or so. So I don't know. Some people may not like it though because it's a female lead, and some people got really upset about that.
Jesus.
Aren't most horror female lead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know what it is, man. It's like I'm like I don't care. I don't know why everybody cares.
Yeah,
so
It's
much.
all woke trash, Alex.
It's
Remember, it's all bad.
People just
everything
get
is
so
terrible.
crazy in the comments. It's like, oh,
Oh my
man,
God.
like you're just
Anything.
destroying it.
It's
You don't get it, man.
How dare he? He didn't even pick up his fist and fight for her. She fought for him? How unrealistic.
It really doesn't take much. People will go anything, man.
Real quick, I did want to segue into this, and I think we'll probably get towards the last half of this, but like I did want to mention, we only got a little snippet on Friday, but I put it up on our Instagram. I don't really know where I'm going to get a chance to talk about it before it's irrelevant, but apparently the new Evil Dead movie wrapped on Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. Alex, I will say your concept for what you mentioned,
I know.
like right after Rise came out, Alex gave a theory for what Burn was. And that, like, immediately, I was like, "Please let this be the movie."
Oh,
I know. I'm same thing, dude.
I don't
So
remember.
I thought of the idea because of the name Burn, and I was like, Rise. I was pretty close on Rise, except they didn't do it in the movie. I thought they were going to go to the rooftop and then have to fight, like, go through another portal or something along those lines to shut it all down. They didn't do that in Rise, but it wasn't in a building, so
High rise.
High rise, yeah. And then, so I was like, well, what if they did this in Burn? And I was like, what if it was like a wildfire and there was this outbreak of the Evil Dead in the woods?
In the woods.
Wildfire going off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Oh, no. I think he
Of
might
course.
be right. They're taking him down.
Yeah.
He's
That's a
spoiling
great
the movie.
freeze
Trademark,
frame.
Right in
trademark.
his story.
That's a really
Can
great.
you hear me now?
No,
No.
you're gone, Alex.
You're gone. Yeah.
You might want to pop out and pop back in.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. So
What
he
the
gave
fuck?
this. He gave this theory anyway, and I'm sure he'll finish it in a second. But
Oh,
like
he's coming back.
when he gave this theory, it like settled in my head because I liked it so much, and I think I forgot that he brought it up. So then, like in my head, Evil Dead Burn has been the Deadite movie during a wildfire. So then they released the first still. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, fuck, it's not actually that.
I'm Chris now.
No, you're good.
No, so, okay. So I thought, like, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet is shitty around this area for some reason, even though I live in the city, whatever. So I thought, like, what if Burn was like, it was a wildfire that was happening in the middle of a outbreak of Evil Dead, and there was firefighters and like all of this stuff where it was like affecting everybody while the wildfires were pushing them, further and further to dawn. And I thought it was like a really interesting idea. And ever since, you're right, dude, ever since I said that, I was like really hoping
Yeah.
that it is, but it's probably not going to be. It's going to be more condensed.
Same.
We're way more grandiose when we think of these things. Can you imagine an Evil Dead movie, the budget of a wildfire?
Oh, man.
That would be some.
But like, that's the thing too. Like, I would love for it to be that, but I know just with the track record of this franchise that like whatever it is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because there just
Yeah.
aren't bad Evil Dead movies. There's not
It really isn't.
Did you like Evil Dead Rise, Chris? Because I know
Oh, I
that was a
loved
little
it.
contentious for people.
I
So,
was surprised. I thought it was great.
Same.
What was the? Do you guys remember what some of the negatives for that was? Or
Yes.
the comedy was a big one for
too
people.
funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
Too
which
funny.
just harkens back to
Was
what I
weird.
think the second, even the first film has like the kind of comedic moments, but like
Yeah,
the second
part of the
one,
series, yeah.
yeah, it's always been a comedic series. I think people came off of 2013 wanting
Oh,
that because
Okay,
that one
maybe that was.
dark.
I kind of felt
serious.
like it was every Evil Dead movie put into one. And that's
Totally.
kind of what I
Yeah,
like
that's what it felt like too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like a balance of like 2013 plus like the old style, like Evil Dead 2. And
That's what I
and I thought that was the right move because I think the people that were critical of 2013 felt like the demons didn't carry that sort of charisma about them.
Yeah,
And even in
yeah.
the director's cut, which he added more of that in there, plus the end, which I didn't really like, in 2013's, I mean, they get more evil and funny a little bit. Like some of the things they say are a little bit more twisted and fucked up. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think this one. I mean, has everybody here seen Infested?
No.
Because,
I
like,
have not.
Chris, you got to
Is it-
watch Infested.
Yeah,
Evan,
that's
watch
the director of
Infested.
this one, right?
Yes, that movie. One of the very few of the last couple of years to actually get under my skin and make me feel very scared because like I didn't think I was afraid of spiders until I saw that movie.
Okay.
Now I'm afraid of spiders. Like I don't know, it's something about the savagery of them and the fact that like when they're small, they just shoot up people's arms, and like it's a combination of practical and CG effects.
Oh, cool.
But it's so fast that it's like it just tricks my brain into thinking, "Yep, that's real." That's not good. I don't like that, and I hate it. But it's a great movie, and it's very scary. So I think this guy's gonna nail it.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out before Burn, because I want to see what the guy does.
So that's why I thought of the fire too, because like he had spiders everywhere, so it was like almost like the building was on fire, you know, with these like
an all-encompassing thing.
Yeah. So I was like wondering, maybe he'll do that, but I guarantee it'll be in a building. It'll be just like a smaller building. There is going to be a fire of some sort. Watch, I bet. There's no way you can call something burn and not have a fire.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's going to be quite a flick, but I'm happy to see that it's finished finally. I know the other one is still in some stage of pre-production, but I'm excited for that as well, because we still don't have a title on that one, do we?
No,
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, that one I am looking forward to. I love the director. We got to speak to him when his first movie came out, which was Last Stop in Yuma County. Which was really good. We saw that at our first Fantastic Fest. That ended up being our favorite movie of the festival. It was really good. So highly recommend checking out both these directors' first films. They're both very good. I mean, really, as far as news goes, I don't have a whole lot. We had a Predator trailer since we've been gone. We had Stay Alive. I don't know if anybody saw the trailer for that, which is the new Sam Raimi movie, considering we were just talking Evil Dead.
I'm almost fully tapped out of trailers now. Should
Wait, what?
For this show, you should probably.
Is he producing it or is it director?
It's directed by Sam Raimi. I think it's called Send Help, though.
Send Help.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know what I called
Stay
it.
Alive.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that one, but yeah, that's Send Help is what it's called. Yes,
Okay.
Looks absolutely strange, very Sam Raimi-esque. So
has that camp to it. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, and it's got Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are the leads in this one. So
I tend to worry about camp
wild
these days within movies because, and not worry, like I just feel like there's just going to be a large swath of the audience that just doesn't get it.
It's hard. That's a hard thing to decide because, like, did you guys watch the newest I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah. Well, I know what you mean though.
I think a lot of the defenders of that were like, well, it's camp, so it's supposed to. But I'm like, is like, you know,
it's
camp
used as a shield.
It's used as a shield sometimes,
Okay,
but
fair.
I think of like Malignant, and I'm like, that's camp done right. By
We have
James
another
Wan.
Malignant lover.
I am a Malignant. I love that.
Every like 2 or 3 months, we bring up Malignant on the show, and we all just
love
gush
Malignant.
about it because it's amazing and it's insane that movie.
How did you guys feel about it at first? Though, like, were you
Loved
were you kind of like on the fence? You didn't know how to react, almost.
No,
I was
I
immediately
love it.
It was one of the most fun first viewings I've ever had of a movie.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I started watching it because it was, you know, I'm gonna admit it. I wasn't being a good boy and going to the theater like I should have been for all these. It was HBO at home, right? This is like the day and date release. Yeah. So it's there, and I'm just like, dude, I am like just gonna stay in. I'm gonna watch this. I got to the point where, you know, spoilers for the first 10 minutes, the boyfriend like throws her against the wall, and I was just like, man, this does not feel like the, you know, kind of movie I was hoping for. This feels really dark. So I paused it, came back to it like a week later, and then was like, holy shit, this gets weird. Wow, that's the movie everybody loves.
That's the only time I was like, it was within watching the first quarter of it where I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna like this one. It was like, what is he doing? Like,
it
this
felt
is
like
James
we're going
Wan?
back to Death Sentence era.
Yeah,
where it's like we're getting real dark. Like,
but then you get where he's getting. Yeah, once it all gets unraveled and happens, it's like, oh, okay, I see what he was doing.
The bump on the heads would reignites the whole thing. So it's they had to figure out a way to do it, and it just seemed too much.
It's like before you're watching this pregnant girl just get abused by her boyfriend. It's like, good Lord, James, what happened? They took the Conjuring away from you?
Dude.
I love how the first like 10-15 minutes of that movie stylistically, aside from the cold open, are like identical to what you'd expect from like Conjuring or Insidious or something like that.
And like, I think that was throwing me off too, because I was like, man, this doesn't feel, because I was hearing things like it's wild, it's out there, it's original, and I'm just like, this is so like nothing, dude. Like,
it's
but hey, don't judge a book by its cover or its first 5 pages.
It's true.
Once you get to 6, you're good.
I will say though, back on the Evil Dead thing, I was thinking about this. Ever since they did the show, and I know a lot of people didn't see the whole show. I really think they can do anything with the fucking series.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since Army of Darkness, that's to me
Yeah.
where it was like, they could do
that's kind of
anything.
true too. Yeah, I mean, that really is what opened it up. So,
Yep.
I saw that in a theater when it came out. Actually,
Army of Darkness is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like it as a kid, but as I got older, I appreciated where.
Yeah,
where
I had
it
the same
went.
thing. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is too goofy." But then, like 2 weeks later, I was like, "Man, I kind of want to watch."
Stephanie, it's
had that
called
movie,
Ash
like-
versus Evil Dead.
The most,
Hmm.
I think, probably the movie that's the most profound for this. I'm sure you guys have had a movie where like you watch it, and the first time you watch it, you're like, "I don't know, how I feel about this. What the fuck was that?" But then like 2-3 weeks go by, and you're like, "I kind of want to watch that again." Then you watch it again, and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then a week goes by, and you're like, "I want to watch that again." And you watch it, like, "Oh, it's a masterpiece." Because that's how that was my experience with Blue Velvet.
That was It
Oh,
Follows for
okay.
me.
The
I did
first
that
time
with
I
It
saw-
Follows.
Oh, really?
I hated It Follows when I saw it
Huh.
in theaters. I took my friend who doesn't know anything about horror movies to go see that
Wow.
at a weird theater we'd never been to that was like straight out of the 70s. They never updated anything. A lot
Yeah.
of weird old people in there. A lot of naked old people in that movie. I was very embarrassed. I was like, damn it, man, I'm really
I love
sorry.
movies so
I
much.
didn't know this was going to be a weird art house movie. And
Yeah. Well, there's a piece of news we can get to in a second because there was
Yeah, I
actually an
know.
announcement about They Follow. But yeah, I had that with Blue Velvet, where like the first time I watched it, because my cousin was like, "You have to see this." I was like, "All right." I watched it. And I was just like, "What the fuck was that?"
So,
But
which
now-
movies have you seen of his though?
I mean, and that was the first one I had seen of his.
Okay. That
So I
makes
didn't know. I didn't know. I hadn't seen any Twin Peaks. I hadn't seen a single Lynch movie. So Blue Velvet was my introduction. But like, it was just one of those things where it was like, I don't know what that was. I don't know how to feel about this. But it's one of those movies where I swear to God, every like 3 weeks, I've just been like, all right, I want to watch Blue Velvet again. It's like perfect.
it's a challenge. There you go.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I get
we
it.
had some news about They Follow, the It Follows sequel on that.
Oh, did we?
On that
Yeah.
topic. Yeah, just today. Micah Monroe said that she has read the script and she's singing its praises, which I don't think anyone.
Oh
would
man, they
expect.
haven't filmed it yet.
That's what I was
Right,
thinking.
dude?
Like,
Like,
wait,
I thought they announced
So-
that so long ago.
So
a
that's
friend
that's
of hers told a friend of hers. Now, fuck.
It's kind of depressing because I was hoping it was further along than this. But yeah, she's
Yeah.
read the script. She says that it's very different from It Follows and that it's way darker and more grounded, which is interesting to hear. I can't say I was expecting that. But yeah, she's talking about it like it's very fucked up and a different take on things, which I do think is probably the right move for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's saying she hopes they shoot next year.
Oh my
That's
god,
where we're at
dude.
right now.
No,
Jeez.
thanks. I don't even want to pay attention at this
That's
point.
so
now.
Yeah.
weird. They announced
know.
it so strongly, like it was like
I
it's
know.
coming, and I felt like it was going to go in production right away. I wonder what the
You know what they
stall
were
What do
was.
you
doing? They
feel
were
about-
fishing for producers. That's what they were doing.
How do you feel about It Follows?
Oh, I really like it. It Follows. I think that's a good one. Yeah.
I think it may be the most successful like Carpenter homage film that we've gotten, at least in like a very long time.
I like The Guest better
I haven't
as
seen
far
that.
as Carpenter
I like the
homage.
guest too.
Yeah.
The guest. is
Why they
good.
never did a sequel to that, I don't know. I thought that was a great time in movies.
I liked the idea that something is never going to stop coming for you. And I think that's it's a very interesting concept to play with.
Part-
And I think it's got a lot of room to do a lot more.
The only
So-
thing that bothers me, we're like, I'm super excited for this. The only thing that bothers me is that I always loved how open-ended that final shot of the first movie is.
Hmm.
And now it kind of feels like, oh, never mind, it's not. we're
Yes.
like, that's the only thing where I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks.
But then you could always forget about it if the sequel sucks. So there's that too. No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
That's-
I'm optimistic for it. I think that this will be hopefully worth the waits. Again, just like Chris, when I saw the headline, I was like, oh, cool. But then, yeah, no confirmation, no we've wrapped, no nothing fun. It's just we're getting there.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
coming. And I don't know.
script.
I just I know this is the guy who had a big falling out with A24, didn't he? For
Did he?
what that Andrew Garfield movie that he did like years ago, where he was like
Silver Lake.
Yes, Under the Silver Lake.
I
thought he
I
had a
didn't like
big-
that one. Did you
I-
like
yeah.
that one, Evan?
I haven't seen it.
Oh no.
It was okay. I liked parts.
I feel
of
you would
it.
probably like it. From everything you said,
Under
you
the
probably would
Silver
enjoy it.
Lake.
I didn't enjoy it.
It's very
Is that an old story just repurposed?
Silver
I have
Lake.
no idea, but it's very Evan coded. It's very pretentious, very high artsy.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. That's
No
not what I meant.
story, you know.
I always give Evan shit
It
about
feels like
that.
you would
Just 'cause-
value it more than I did. I just watched it because it was Andrew Garfield.
right? Like I did it just literally because it was the director, and also I like Andrew Garfield a lot, so I was like, that should be
I don't
good.
remember what context this was, but I think I was talking with Cody Leach about this, where it was like, I hate talking about the shit that I love because it's all the most like douchey answers. Like, yeah, my favorite directors working are like Robert Eggers and Ari Aster. It's like, what video games do you like? It's like From Software games. Like, Jesus Christ.
You just like pain,
And
bro.
I think Cody is very open about like not loving that.
Oh, yeah,
Kind
no,
of-
like we definitely don't see eye to eye on everything, but I love Cody. He's great.
Oh yeah,
What I-
Cody's
what's-
great.
What I find fun chatting with Cody is that often, if there's like a consensus about a movie and I don't align with it, usually he also doesn't. Like hot takes, we tend to line up.
Oh,
on,
cool.
but a lot of other stuff we definitely don't. But he's great.
Hell yeah. Well, that I think rounds it out for the news there. I mean, does anybody have anything else they want to touch on, or do you guys want to wrap this thing up? I know it's real laid back. We really don't do a whole. It's more just kind of touching base nowadays when it comes to this show. So,
Yeah, what we got going on, guys? Tell them what you got.
I mean, I can say we're doing Splatterthon kicks off on Thursday, so I'm excited.
Nice.
We're only doing a couple videos for it this year instead of the whole month. It just made more sense with all the like screeners and stuff we had, and we wanted to make sure that it was more quality over quantity this year. So I hope the couple of videos you get are solid and you like them and you help them up, because otherwise we'll drown. But you know, that is YouTube. But the rest of that, I mean, we're pretty much just rocking and rolling into Halloween. I think we're gonna have one more Discord watch party. So if you guys have not yet signed up for the Discord, should be in the description of the video there for you. So definitely check that out. That was a lot of fun. We did the VHS Beyond a couple weekends ago, so it was a good time. So definitely got to revisit that one. But yeah, that's what I got going on. So Evan,
I'm still rocking through 31 Days of Halloween. I watched The Burning for the first time yesterday.
oh shit, that's
I
a
have
good
tried.
one.
I've tried to watch it in the past, but that was the first time I watched it all
What'd
the
you
way
think?
through. I didn't like it.
Oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
well,
The kills were super cool. That's
I
about
remember
it.
liking The Burning. I enjoyed
Burning
that
is
one.
on
I
the
think-
spectrum of Friday the 13th, the Burning
Yeah, it
and
was
Sleepaway Camp.
Mhm.
The Burning's a good middle
not
ground.
to like get into this, but I think part of it is that the story was done by Harvey Weinstein, and there's so much in that movie of guys not taking no for an answer, where it just feels too
dang.
close to reality. So I'm
Well,
watching it. And I'm
Yeah, I
just
did
like,
not know that.
Jesus
Hey, I
Christ.
didn't know that.
It made it, that's why I always have a hard time getting through.
That's
it. Anyway, I
my
watched
favorite
that.
part. No, I'm just
Maybe
kidding.
the Burning sucks.
No,
I
but
don't know.
I'm still rocking through the marathon, which is fun. I have a collab with Dr. Wolfula that's hopefully going to be
he's
up before
great.
the end of the month. He sent me his footage a couple days ago, which was super cool. Been a fan of him. He was like the reason I started my channel, so it's super cool now getting to do something with him. But aside from that, I'm in active production on my short film finally.
Oh, nice, man.
So we did a shoot a couple weeks back now and got some really cool stuff where the weather panned out in a way that I have now had to go back and revisit the script to write around how cool the weather was, because it was like, this is undeniably cool. So we gotta do this. But yeah, we're doing that. I'm going to do some more. I don't think we're shooting, but we're doing some like lighting prep this coming weekend. So that's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying doing that. But that's kind of it for me at the moment. I'll probably be taking a week after October to reset. So may not be a video the week after October, especially because the one after that is Beau is Afraid, and that's going to be really long.
Oh my god! Good luck, Jesus Christ.
The script has been done for months, but like it's like an 11,000 word script. So I'm like, I just need
wow.
I need
There's
like
so
an extra-
many changes in that movie. Dude.
I know it was a really tough one to write about. But anyway, what's going on with you, Chris?
Yeah, just also continuing on. I like to watch 2025 horror releases, like mainly VOD things, because close to Halloween, I like to do like a big video. So yesterday I watched Beast of War. I don't know if you guys saw that one. It was
I
like
did see it. Yeah,
It was
I
a
liked
shark
it.
movie with it was a nice little shark movie with it was nice practical effects on a shark, a bunch of soldiers stranded in one location. I thought it was cool. I think tonight I'm gonna try watching Your Host. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen
I
that
have
one?
heard of that. I've been wanting to check it out. I've gotten a
With
lot of
Jackie Earl
recommendations
Haley.
for
It's
it.
supposed to be kind of like a Saw ripoff, but I'm like, just give it a shot, see what it is.
I heard of a
But,
second act, it really gets really crazy. That's what I heard somewhere.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just running through that stuff and trying to finish making content. I got sick in the beginning of October, and it took me out for a week, so I was just laying in bed.
That was me last week. I got a cold, and like last week was pretty much very uneventful for me. I edited our Black Phone review, and I went and saw that, and then I laid in bed for 2 days, and then I was like, all right, this weekend we're coming back to it. And we have a lot of sponsor stuff we have to catch up on.
Cool.
So it's like this week has been basically a sprint so far. It's only Tuesday. So
Black
I
Phone
get you.
2 is one of those ones I usually wait like at least 6 months before doing a video on something, but I may do that sooner because I really want to talk about it.
Did you like it?
Nah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Not really. I love the first one, and I've really enjoyed it.
See, that's what I've been. That's the pattern I'm noticing. People
Yeah.
who love the first are not liking the second.
Yeah.
And people who are like
I've-
okay on the first love the second one.
It's the
Which
first
one again?
The Black Phone.
Black Phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first Scott Derrickson horror movie where I'm like, I don't know. There's some great stuff in it, and it's very fun. I just think the script is really messy, and compared to what was like a really tight script in the first one, it was. I want to do a video on it probably sooner than I usually would, but yeah. Anyway, Alex.
Let's see. I got a video going up tomorrow that is going to be 10 80s horror films where you're trapped, and I think are very Halloween-esque.
Oh,
And
nice.
so I got those. It's very specific. So
Nice, cool.
it's taken me a couple more days than I wanted it to, but I was like,
Yeah, you
I
were
was going to
telling
put
me
it up
about
before this stream, and I was like, fuck that. That's just a
We were
bad
playing
idea.
Battlefield, and you were telling me about that. I was
Right.
looking
Well,
forward to it.
it's between me passing out while I'm like editing. It's just it's a fucking nightmare, dude. And then I got a couple other ones. I got one where it's going to be movies where kids die.
Jesus.
Oh.
So
I figured that might be a nice one to
Hey,
kick
that's
the door
becoming
open with.
more of a
Alex.
standard now.
what
It-
the
it
hell?
certainly is.
You
I
know,
don't know.
the video
I want to
did-
talk about it.
the
I
video
think it
did,
needs
like,
to be
last
talked
year,
about.
Going over 5 films more disturbing than Terrifier 3 was close enough to that line. You done did crossed it now.
Yeah,
We
I
can't-
want
we
to.
can't
I'm
have
going to
that.
go over the scenes from each
No.
movie, and I have like 20 movies, so I might make 2 lists of that.
The internet
find
is
it-
going to get mad.
Well, of course, and they get mad when you kill a dog too. But what are you going to do?
true.
You know what I mean?
Some people get more mad at dog over the child.
All right.
That's
Now,
true.
I will say, I'm assuming that When Evil Lurks is going to be involved in here, and there you got a dog and a kid, so good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, now I debated about When Evil Lurks because there's so many in that one. It's
Gracie
like
brought up a good one. Strange Harvest, if you've seen that.
I haven't seen that yet.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It was kind of a cool atmospheric. I wish there was a bigger payoff or a better payoff for it, but
Right.
I did like it.
Oh yeah, there's some kids in there that don't make it.
Okay, that sounds like my kind of movie.
If it's the one I'm thinking about, I might be getting some. I'm starting to get my wires crossed a little bit, but if it is the one I'm thinking about, yeah, it's pretty
No.
good.
Honestly, though, it makes when I see it in a movie, it's shocking. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like excited and I go running up and like hug my girlfriend like, God, life is beautiful.
Well, I mean, there was no movie that you talked up more than The Coffee Table.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't really about that part.
No,
It
I
was
know.
more about the tension and like how that
Yes.
I just felt like I had smoked 20 packs of cigarettes after watching that movie.
And we don't like. Obviously, we get along. We don't always agree on movies. It's not super. I think it's not super common that we feel the same way about a movie, but that's what makes it work. Coffee Table, you didn't oversell that one.
A lot of people thought I did, but that was my honest. That was my true 100%
I felt the same
opinion.
way about you that you did about it.
By the way, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but did you know that the director of Baskin is actually doing a remake of that movie right
I
now?
heard that. Yeah,
Oh.
the
Yeah.
what is it? The Danish or what?
No,
what
it's
is it?
the Turkish
the
coffee
Turkish
table.
coffee table. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think that was at one of the festivals we were at recently. That we
I'm
could have
so
seen
curious.
it.
Like, I want to see it just because I want to know like why.
I gotta see it too, but I just feel like it's not going to be the same. Like I love the Baskin director. I think he's a very talented individual, very surrealistic type. That's not an easy thing to direct, but I don't know. Like the tension thing is like writing it just the right way to make people feel uncomfortable and laughing at the same time. It's a very fine rope.
The humor in the coffee table took me until my second watch to even notice it was there. Because the first time I was just so upset.
Yeah,
Like,
the kids' room is when he's in the kids' room.
Yeah, I
That's when I was
couldn't
like, okay, you
I
motherfuckers.
couldn't
Like
clock
this is,
any of the humor, but then you go back and like I've seen it a couple times now, and it has become a problem because I have friends who like want to see disturbing movies, so I'll grab the coffee table. But it's gotten to the point now where like I've seen it enough times and I did a video on it where like now I just laugh while I'm watching it and it makes me look batshit insane because they're seeing it for the first time and they're like it's subtle humor.
have you seen
Mhm.
Pontypool?
No,
You need to watch that. All of you.
Yeah,
If
it
any
looks
of you have
pretty
never
intense,
seen
yeah.
it,
Pontypool.
it is one of the first thriller movies. It's got Stephen McHattie, who played the Night Owl from Watchmen. He's amazing. This is probably like one of his best movies. He plays a DJ. It's all condensed into one radio station, and it's kind of done like that War of the Worlds way, where the event is happening outside of the radio station and sort of spills into it.
okay,
And it's a zombie film, but not in the way that you would expect a zombie film. It's Contagion in a different way. And
Interesting.
I literally smoked an entire pack of cigarettes while watching that movie. When I don't smoke anymore, but I was like so into it. And
Yeah.
the coffee table beats that. And I think if you liked Coffee Table, you might actually like that movie.
it's weird because the first time I saw it, you'll remember I was pissed. I called you after the coffee table and I was mad because it was so disturbing.
Dude,
Then,
it made
like,
me nothing. Nothing made me happier than to hear people like who really like the movie.
yeah, no, I mean, like that would literally, as soon as I finished coffee table, I called Alex because I was like, why the fuck did you recommend this to me? And as we were talking, I was like, wait, but it's really good. Oh,
That's what I said. I told people in my review, I was like, dude, I felt like I sat in a chair and was tortured for an hour and a half.
I did buy the second site release, by the way.
Yeah, I need to get that one.
Anyways,
Heck yeah. Awesome.
Anyway,
Well, folks, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for here. We're at the end of the show. I think it was great. Thank you, Chris, for coming on and
yeah,
No,
dude,
chatting
thank
a
you
little
guys
bit
for
of
having me,
Halloween
man.
aftermath
This
with
was
us, a
fun.
little bit of horror movie news.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. Good to get
Yeah,
chat with
same,
you. You're being
same.
a YouTube legend and all.
No.
So
and if you
I
should
mean-
need us,
definitely, I definitely would say as far as newer voices, I would say over the last
wow.
5 years or so, your channel has definitely become one that I hear so many people talk about.
That's
And I
crazy.
think that's definitely just a big thing to look up to. And I got to say, somebody who's only been doing this for a few years, 3C Films has definitely been a blueprint for myself. And I know a lot of
Oh,
people
man,
said so in
thank you.
chat too. So thank you for coming on.
No, but yeah, no, he's absolutely right. It's super cool to have you on. We really appreciate it. You are
appreciate it, Chris, man.
big
Nice
name
to
in
meet you,
horror
dude.
space. It's always cool to.
No, thank. I subscribe to all y'all others' channels so I can make sure to stay in support.
Yeah, if you ever
Heck
got an
yeah.
idea and you want to do something fun, I'm all
Oh,
about it.
definitely.
So,
Oh yeah, I would love
like
to.
you had some round of people or something, or just tell me. I'll make time.
Oh yeah, that
I'm
sounds
sure.
fun.
I will say though, if we ever do plan a collab at some point in the future, Cody will tell you if you ask him. We recorded our video together, and I think it took me 9 months to get it up. So
Oh my god!
Well, the production quality on your video shows, but you
that
definitely
one
want.
was. But thank you.
No, yeah, sometimes I watch your videos. I'm like, dang, you put so much into it.
Right? Yeah, it's
I appreciate
it's got to strike that balance. But
Yeah.
I gave up trying to chase Evan a long ago. He's got
it. I
this.
can only
He's got
upload
this
once a
down.
week. You guys upload all the time.
I know, but I mean, like quality wise, it's just like, dude,
Yeah,
it would take me forever to get one video out, and you're a well-oiled machine now. I can't do
Yeah.
it, so
Oh,
I'll
it was
stick
you-
with my
you told
lazy
me to
slop
start going
content.
once a
So
week. I had like 200 subs. I was going bi-weekly, and then it was you that told me I had to speed it up. So
hey, what happened? You took my advice and you
you go.
succeeded. I am the shaman, the
Yeah,
YouTube
no,
shaman.
I-
Yeah, no, I
Be cool to work
don't know
with.
shit. I just believed in you, bud. That's all it is. But hey, that's what you got to do. So
Thanks
thank you
everybody
guys.
for coming.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We will end the stream here, and then we'll see you guys. I think 2 weeks. Yep, 2 weeks. We'll be out in October. We'll figure out what we're doing, getting ourselves another guest maybe. But yeah, definitely want to start talking about some Turkey Day horror soon. I wish we were sitting here talking about Thanksgiving.
Turkey
But,
Day
I
passed
know,
for me
man.
already. In Canada, it's in October.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
is
true.
it?
Yeah,
Wow.
so my Turkey Day already happened.
Yeah,
but I'll
well,
talk-
welcome to America.
Yeah, sorry, man. Like, we are the center of attention anyway.
Yeah.
All right, come on. No, I'm kidding. All right, well, that's it, folks. Take
All
it
right.
easy.
Do the hard shit, gonna do it live. Cause SplatterCast kick it every day they live. SplatterCast, gonna smash your ass. SplatterCast, gonna smash your ass. SplatterCast, gonna smash your ass. SplatterCast, gonna smash your ass.